this is the right one. How's it going, guys? Victor, hello, how's it going, man? Davis78, hey Mr. Lone Wolf, how's it going, dude? Trying to think which one to put on. Rebel by Choice, morning. How's it going, man? Good to have you all joining us. Which one was it again that holds some reasonable amount of cargo? I think we'll just have to go for that. Oh wait, and a 6. Now we're talking. I don't know why my game's going really slow today. Like it sort of freezes up and lags between the menus. Noob girl, hi Wold. I assume that means world. How's it going, eh? Good to have you joining us. C Van Treese. Hey, how's it going? How's it going, man? I think I can't remember if I already did this one up. We'll get this garage mission done, then it's the last bloody one, so I can actually just have a normal garage, which would be nice. Noob girl. Oh, Wolf. Oh, true. Wold. It's going to be Wold or Wolf. No, I appreciate it, though. How are you doing? Kenneth Russ. I can't speak tonight. Wolfmeister. How's it going, man? Good to have you joining us. Oh, already. Oh, really? Do you know what? I'm going to recover it. Oh, yeah, my remote's been slowly dying as well. Need to beat another 6 months warranty and put down on the D-pad. It refuses to just work. Justin Lynch, hi, how's it going, dude? Victor, quick idea, but try packing one titanium on top of another because they have a lower ramp feature. It's true, we have a ramp right here. Oh yeah, it's the one I reversed. You know what, I need to try that first. We're going to ram the ramp under. And get it to freak out. There's the question. Something like this. It wasn't happy about. Oh, there we go. Let's see if we can take off. It's doing the angry caterpillar. I will do though. I will actually stack 2 titaniums on each other. Ah. I was hoping for more wiggle. That's definitely what she said. I think the lamppost has ruined it for us. Hey Wolf, how's things? David Kaiser. Yeah, not too bad, cheers mate. How are you? I've just had a crazy, hectic week, really. Well, not crazy hectic, just more like my brother come round and my other brother come round. I was trying as well. A few people have been saying they can hear noises, like my headset's making a load of noise. So I was trying recording a video the other day with my Bluetooth headset, but for some reason it just doesn't sound as clear. It kind of sounds like I'm talking through a tin of beans or something, like the old, like a string and cup phone. I don't know, just something doesn't sound right about it, so I abandoned that idea. Yeah, I'm just going to stick to this. Most people, it seems fine, and I was trying to go through the headphones. I can hear a little bit of feedback when I plug my headphones in, but it's kind of the same as when you're on the phone to someone. You can tell when the phone's connected versus just a completely dead line. So it's like, and I went through some older videos and they've all got about the same level of noise, but a few people have mentioned it really, and I don't really know what's going on with that. But I tried getting to the bottom of it. I went through all my microphone settings. I was going through each bit of the wire on my my headset, trying to jiggle them like as I was recording my voice, trying to see if I can get something to make a noise or make less noise or what. So yeah, I didn't really have much luck with it in the end. And yeah, my brother was around for a little bit. I think I do have another titanium. Well, I'm pretty sure I do, but I don't know if it could just be out somewhere. Worst case, go and buy another one. It's the quickest thing to do. That's what Jesus would do. A new girl, lol, damage within the first 5 seconds of play. Nice. Gotta know this. I don't know why, I really like when you get a little glitch like that. Especially, I will say this, touch wood, kind of under, well, loosely, because I know some people have had a lot of glitches. I quite like glitches when they don't really interfere with your game in any way, unless you purposely sort of go out your way to mess around with them. Like when my my Hummers sort of freak out on White Valley. I don't mind it because I can kind of just make that happen, or yeah, it doesn't really hassle me apart from that. And the same with this, tucking the ramp under it. It's yeah, it's sort of, I don't know, going to have to, but it's fun to try. Mark Rowe, hey Mr. Wolf, how's it going, dude? To be fair, I think I've got a pretty good turning circle for the size of it. Good turning circle, but a bit slow. Change, that was sort of half my fault, but the steering did take a good old while to change direction then. It really doesn't do precise steering. Right, well that's kind of on, isn't it? It's not letting us pack it though. Great ramp, maybe that'll help. Yeah. Use a flatbed. God knows. Well, we've got one. Yeah, I want to go and do cleaning out the garage. I want to get some concrete barriers. We'll see how long this thing can stay on. Oh my god, yeah, this thing's only got 2 gears, isn't it? For the love of God, turn. You pretty much have to pre-order turning on this. Buy now. Next day delivery on it or something. White Tiger, finally caught a stream. Unfortunately, I have to go to bed. That's no worries, dude, though. I appreciate you popping in to say hello. It should, unless YouTube deem it worthy to kick me off. I have to say, I'm not defending YouTube, because they are generally a bunch of over-moany bastards. But I'm surprised they haven't given me more shit. Unless they just haven't noticed yet. They'll start rocking that boat harder. But yeah, I kind of thought you barely say anything, and they'll strike you down with the old ban hammer. But not so far. Is that gonna? So the weight characteristics on it are weird. I was trying to work out. I was messing around with it after last week's live stream, and it's like it has a hell of a lot of weight in its cab, but like it's off. Not off centre, but it's like higher than the rest of the vehicle. I don't know, it's got a bit of an odd characteristic. Sometimes it's a piece of piss to flip, like you can't not flip it. Other times it's just, I think as well, because it's pretty long, the back end of the truck is like outside the, you know, where it locks things into place if it's too far away from you. So I noticed that a couple of times. I think it did it on the live stream actually, on one of them when I was flipping it with a loaf, and it froze the physics of the back of it in place. It does that's happened before when flipping trucks. It's not the first one to do it, but I think it's quite common on this because of how long it is. So what, choose of course. Juice of cane 6 minutes in and no loaf yet. What's happening? That's true. I went and got a gigantic fat loaf on the back of me. I do need to get a loaf. I've got to go and get a oversized container in a minute, so we'll scoop one up. Can't leave them alone for long. Mark Rowe, thanks for the reply on YouTube earlier. No worries, dude. Again, funny enough, one of the things I've been doing this week was looking through on eBay and that, just at different phones, because my phone is just driving me insane. It's permanently 9/10 flat. It doesn't ever seem to want to get over. It's at 58% now, which is actually pretty decent. It's like the highest I've seen it. But if I start typing a message, you can probably hear it now, in fact. As soon as I start touching it, it just starts doing the charging noise all the time, even when I'm trying to hold it still. And then, yeah, and keeps bringing up like accessory not supported or whatever the fuck it says. It's just driving me mad. I need a new battery for it, really, but I don't want to send it off and get the battery swapped. Last thing I need is a picture of my cock getting released upon the internet. Send us all back to the Stone Age. Yeah, and then I don't trust myself putting a battery in it, because, I don't know, I have the technical know-how of a fucking hummingbird, and yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it. It's just driving me mad though. I can barely use I like playing around on my phone, and at the minute it lives permanently on charge, just like a landline. Oh, do you know what as well, actually, it's funny, speaking of like a landline, I bought some headphones earlier this week, not like big headphones, just little like earbuds or whatever that plug into my iPhone. They were like £3, so I shouldn't have been expecting a lot, but I got them, and then when I plugged them into my iPhone, it brought up a little thing saying, like, it detected the headphones as Beats. It said Beats, and it brought up like this fancy looking Bluetooth headset, but mine plug in, and then it was like, and then it said click to connect, which was odd because I plugged it into the phone, but you still need to connect the Bluetooth. And then once it connected, it said Beats, but then it switched the A and the E around, so they're like some Chinese knockoff called Bayets by me listen to you long time, or until they break, which will probably be about a week. For £3, I can't really complain. But yeah, it's just funny, they're obviously like completely ripped off. China don't give a fuck. You should have tried reversing one onto the other. That's true. Don't know if it'll help with packing though, because I think you need the like the whole lot on there. But nonetheless, we can give it a go at some point. I'll get them back to the garage in a bit and we'll try it out. Shit. That's the thing that's... Oh, then again, yeah, the turning circle's not brutal. So it's like turning around is often the main challenge. I watched the newest Ghostface and it's kind of crap. Oh yeah, is that this Scream movie? I must admit it. What number is it? Because there's some on Netflix at the minute, but that might be like the... I think Scream 4 and that is on there, but that might be like the old one a little bit. That's the problem, they've run out of like ideas and everything now. They just have to keep rehashing old films really. Oh, I'm going to get that ramp up because it's feeling like it's already thinking about glitching. Yeah, I don't really know. There's that new Ghostbusters film. I think I've seen that on Amazon thing the other day. I found that bridge layer mod. It's called Truck Life Add-on. Oh yeah, cheers. By the way, just before this, I was looking through and I found it. There was a reason why I didn't click it on. I can't remember now if it was memory or... Oh no, it was when I was reading in the description. It was saying something. I don't know. It just sounded a bit sketchy. Oh, is there only 2 here? I think it did this to me last time, didn't it? Goddamn sons of bitches, all this way. So where's the other 2 then? Concrete blocks. Is there 2 here? Yeah, that's not too bad then. We'll let it off. Got to grab an oversized cargo in that, so it makes no difference to the journey. But yeah, cheers. I will try that mod out. I have actually, though, that reminds me, I've put the bridge layer mod on this today, so I can even go and try and lay a bridge there. Problem is, I went through the mods, looking through some of the new mods. I ended up going on to like the highest rated because it just, yeah, there's more chance of them not glitching out if they've got like a good 90% favourable rating. And there's a lot of nice mods in there. There's just a lot of scouts, and the other issue is I've not got that much memory left. I can only pick like 1 more vehicle, and I'm about done. But I went through all my vehicles I've already got downloaded, and I don't really want to let any of them go, and they don't really seem like they take a lot of memory up anyway. I've got a lot of like Fox's mods, which use sod all memory. Bartelvi's mods, they use practically sod all as well. JVE mods, they use a little bit, but only like 10 megabytes and that, they don't use a lot. It's Scream 5, oh okay, yeah, so... Yeah, it's a shame really, they just can't... Yeah, go anywhere with it anymore really. We're all seen sort of Scream now and Ghostface and all that, and Scary Movie. I was watching Scary Movie 2 the other day actually. What else did I watch? Well, I watched something quite good that I've not seen for a while. I can't remember for the life of me now what it was. Yeah, I think reversing, it'll definitely, because it'll get to about there. It will have the chin overhanging, but that might not matter for packing actually, because it's only got to do the tyres, so we'll see. I'll give it a go. I did see, sorry, a message as well, say how's the weather? To be honest, bloody freezing. It's been really, really foggy the last 3 or 4 days, like really foggy. And yeah, just like was it last night? No, it might have been the night before, whatever. I went downstairs to go and see if some cat meat for my cat had been delivered. He's moaning. He's only got like the second world's most poshest cat food. Yeah, and he looked out the door for a minute, so it's pretty rare he actually does that, because he's like a house cat that's scared of his own shadow. And he looked out the front door for a minute, and it was that cold. In the end, I had to convince him to move so I could shut the door. It was, yeah, painfully cold. I was only stood there in a shirt. I would have took the hoodie down if I'd known he was going to sit at the front door, but yeah, it's way below freezing. Don't look up his newish idea, but they're trying to make a statement. I've heard about that. Is that the one that's got Leonardo DiCaprio in? I've heard it's like, yeah. Some have said it's alright, like not that bad. I've got to be honest, it's sort of, when I seen Leonardo DiCaprio as in it, I was like, well, he doesn't tend to do completely shit. I don't know. Well, when you're back at like the start of your career, probably going to be up for anything with a nice fat paycheck. But yeah, I've not seen it though myself. Victor, gotta go to bed. Sorry, I couldn't watch more, but I hope you have a good day. No, I appreciate it though, dude. Cheers for popping in, and yeah, enjoy your sleep. So this should be up on YouTube afterwards. Might have to get a faster vehicle for this next one. I am going to try though. I will recover that titanium, and we'll see if it can get on, because I am actually curious to know that myself. Slug, there it is. It doesn't look that big on the map. Just another loner. Hey Wolf, how goes it tonight? Yeah, I'm not too bad, thanks dude. How are you doing? I don't know these things. Sea Ventures, it's alright, but if it didn't have star power, it would be unwatchable. Oh, is it? Yeah, sorry, I'm choking them. Yeah, if they need star power just to make it work, then yeah, probably not the best. That's the problem. I was looking through some films the other day, and it's like, there's just, I get it to a degree. I think I mentioned it a while ago that they've run out of stories, because like cinema's only been around, I know it's been around for say like 100 years, but skip say like 50 years really, like go sort of post-war and all the rest of it, and I don't know, even later than that really, but they've kind of used all the stories like from, I don't know, everything, like Lord of the Rings books, and Shakespeare's probably not the best example, but you know what I mean. They've drained like the last couple of 100 years of the best of kind of films, and then now there's just like, there's nothing, like people aren't producing films as good as like Aliens and Terminator 2 on a basis quick enough to where they can like just keep producing them. Like that new Ghostbusters, I've heard it's alright, but it's one of them where they've made all the kids kinda, you know, take over from the adults, which seems to be a bit of a played out theme. Oh, that's pretty cool, so you can pack it. What does the ramp do? Oh yeah, shit, needs a camera where it kind of goes to the back of this, even though it's not got a trailer. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It works. So in theory, not that I'm going to do it now, because I could spend the next 2 hours doing it, but you should be able to stack. I don't know, what's the ramp clearance going to be like? You might be able to stack like multiple I will give that a go at some point. In fact, I might leave these here just to remind me. Right, let's grab another vehicle. It's a little bit quicker. We'll get these other ones done. Aussie man. That could be a heat wave in Manitoba. Or what? You got a bit of cold weather there as well. I mean, over here we don't get it ridiculously bad. I don't know why it felt so cold. I've been in weather definitely colder than that, but for some reason it absolutely, like, I could just, even standing there at my door, I could feel it completely like going straight through my... Oh, I'm wearing like some jogging bottoms that are pretty thin. But yeah, just absolutely like to my core, it got me. Look at Marvel, it's repeating until people quit paying. That's what they all do pretty much. It's sad in a way, but when you think about stuff like the Terminators and stuff like that as well, they just... It's like it can only end one way. If it's ever still profitable, good films. I've not got a bandit on this. Yeah, they're just going to keep going until it's like the last film in the series is kind of like a bit meh, and then yeah, everybody stops paying, and then they sort of sod it off. Get a goddamn horse for this one. Have you tried Megabus? Say Megabus. I don't believe I have, no. Again, I can't. It was like stopping me from being able to do anything with the mods for. I think it was like all over Christmas, and then yeah, it was annoying as well. All you had to do was log out and log in, and I appreciate it. People have told me in the comments. I thought I'd have to go onto mod.io on my phone and then go back in and log out of all that. Long story short, I spent hours fucking around trying to figure out, and it was right at the last minute. I was like, oh, hang on a minute. Press triangle, brought that menu up, and seen log out at the bottom. It was like, god damn it. Spent bloody ages looking for that. Aussie man, what's that? Yeah, the cold weather. The coldest I've ever had was, I don't know, was it 10 odd years ago? I don't know, like, you might remember when there was satellite photos of England that just, like, normally when you see a satellite photo of the country it looks green because obviously all the grass and blah blah blah. It looked white because it was just frozen solid, like the whole country. And yeah, it was when I was living in a caravan without any central heating, single glazed windows, etc. And one night it apparently went down to -13. I'll probably do the loaf on the roof. -13, and I had a can of Coke on my bedside table that had frozen solid. And I felt like I was, I don't know, in some kind of stages of hypothermia. Because my electric had run out, because I'd had, like, radiators on and everything, and an electric blanket on my bed. Yeah, the electric went out, which you have to just go outside to the little box. It's a pain in the ass. Press the button and you get like some emergency credit, and then go up and put some money on. But yeah, when I woke up and it was -13 and there was no electric, and I'd been laying in a bed that was -13 for the last however many hours, I felt weird. Like I really didn't want to move, and felt like sleepy but not usual. I must have had some kind of hypothermia going on. Like not bad, not saying like, oh, nearly dead or anything, but I was definitely, like, my bed was, yeah, it's like sleeping on a freezer. And I would rather, well, again, if I could have had my electric blanket on and everything, it wasn't so bad, but without that, yeah. I assume if I'd stayed there long enough, probably would have died from hypothermia eventually. Could have only really gone one way at -13. Stark bollock naked in a bed that is, yeah, as cold as most freezers. Let's get him on there. Give it a bit of daylight. Sorry, I can just see the bottom of that comment, but also I don't have my other mods active. Oh, is that like, yeah, making enough room? I could turn a lot of mods off. I also feel like the mods I turn on and off, though, they don't really use a lot of money. A lot of money, a lot of memory. So I'm just going to buy a trailer. Yeah, they don't really like use a lot each one, so I kind of have to turn quite a lot off. And it doesn't really matter as much these days. I keep kind of forgetting. I could just turn mods off, and it'll delete the mods that I've, you know, would have loaded up on the map. But now I've got the money cheap. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, back in the day, I used to like have to kind of carefully go through each mod playthrough and get every mod and resell it all back and everything, so I could turn that mod off. I also had got like some OCD about when it was bringing up that little warning message saying several mods will be, or several mods are missing or whatever. It was driving me mad when it kept bringing that up. You beast. Let's see the goddamn professional. He's back. He's like a bit of low faction, not gonna lie. I didn't mention him a lot, but he's a beast. That's cool, I can still feel that tree. Well, I used to code build R30 insulation, triple pane windows, have heavy duty power, supply, hydropower main source and natural gas backup. Sounds like got it pretty sorted. Triple pane glass as well. Thought that was like, I remember it out of the film, Full Monty. He was trying to talk to his kid. He was like, is that triple bloody glaze in that? That's why his kid couldn't hear him apparently. But yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm sure we can probably get it over here. I've never heard of anyone having it over here. See, with the water as well though, we used to have like, well, when I was in the caravan, the pipes would freeze as well. Not just because under the caravan. That year, particularly when it went that cold, it froze the pipes like just underground completely. Normally, being underground, it'd, even if it's like below freezing above ground, it wouldn't actually freeze them. But yeah, it did. And in the end, the park looked like a third world, I don't know, rescue operation going on. They had like big tanks of water dotted all over the park that were like big insulated tanks that had water in, so people had to go up to them and yeah, like get a bucket of water in there. So yeah, pretty rough times. It was cool though. I like living in a caravan. A lot of things I miss about it. Like when it was pissing down with rain and you'd hear it just absolutely nailing down. It's quite nice. Do you know what? I probably should get these on the way back, just in case. Yeah, that crane. I'm gonna lower it a little bit. Close enough. Pressure straw crane, what could go wrong? As I was thinking the same thing. Leif's gonna get his first prostate exam. That's what could go wrong. That's probably what that thing is in the back actually. This is prostate. Shove that crane in there far enough. But if I was doing yesterday, I nearly did yesterday's video as well, by the way. I even got pretty much all the editing done. I was about ready to do the voice on that, and then yeah, my brother rang, the other brother, and I was on the phone to him for bloody ages. Then he come round for a bit, so I've got a video kind of already mostly primed and ready to go. It wouldn't take me too long to get it finished off. J-War, hi Lone Wolf, how's it going, dude? Mark Bro, mobs were supposed to be more optimised after Phase 6 released, but some still use too much memory. True. Although, do you know what, I do think they were optimised to a degree, because I did notice when I was looking through, I was going through all my mods to see if there was any I could just delete that, like, take a fat chunk. And even the Heavy Wrecker, which was always, I'm sure that used to be 300-400 megabytes that used. And that was only using like 120 or whatever it was now, so they do appear to have optimised it in that sense. But then I remember someone saying a little while ago, has their amount of memory gone down? And I kind of agree, because I could be wrong, but I'm sure I had like 1 to 2 gigs worth of free space left for mods, and then now I've got like 700 or something, so They might have optimised the mods to shrink the size of the mods, but they may have also taken some memory capacity offers. Which if they have, it kind of gets us back to square one anyway. There's electric cars in here, but for whatever reason, these cars don't usually come back after you ram them. Why on earth they would take that offensively, who knows. Oversized one. That's the beauty. Press to restore heavy crane on the 605 valve with a load packed on the roof. Things happen. I've done it once or twice, like not thinking about it, and then it's like, oh shit, it starts flicking around on the roof. If you got them packed, literally, yeah, if he's packed to the roof, sometimes it just goes a bit mad, but it'll stay there. But I've had other times where I think it's flipped my entire Zix, and yeah, it's not happy about it. I don't think he appreciates it. It's not the way he rolls. Geography of Manitoba and Ontario to the east. Water. Shed runs north into Hudson's Bay. MD, land of 100,000 lakes. You got some massive lakes over there as well. There's some right little babies by comparison over here. Stuff like, I don't know, Lake Windermere. I think that's a half big lake, but not compared to America. Oh, you dick. At least I've got a crane, but it's reaching the bloody trailer that's the issue. Nick K just forced the crane off to the side. Oh, is it? That's not too bad. Not bad. One might have been in the Loaf review video, actually. I can't remember 100%, I think it might have been. Warranty the old remote. See, why is it you just smack the remote a bit and it works again? It can't be that broken, if that's all it takes. For Christ's sake. That impossible to pack cargo, it never used to do that. Well, that's going to help. Nope, it's not even offering me the option. Might have done it. Yeah, it never used to do that at all. Until I think it was, I can't remember, like phase 4 or 5 it started doing that. It drives me mad. Wolf, have you tried the Julie P16 Mega Tractor on Yukon map? I'm not sure about that one specifically. Is that the one that's the JBE mod? With like the dual front tyres on the rear. I think I've tried the normal, well the JBE P16 mod on the Yukon, but I don't think I've tried the ones with like the dual front wheels. I find as well, by the way, cutting off here and just cutting through the edge of this farm is a lot better than going through that last bit. You go a hell of a lot quicker. As usual, just sort of... Well, freestyling it across maps, on snowy maps, can be a bit of a punish. But on maps like this, where you can actually see grass and everything else, sort of more muddy maps, it pays off most of the time. The size of the mod and the memory it uses are separate things. Some large mods only use small amounts of RAM and vice versa. Yeah, true. I'm talking about, you know, say the space for just the mods in general, whether you've activated them or not, just so you're actually subscribed to them. It's that I've not got a lot left. Concrete blocks, yeah. And then the memory for turning the actual mods on, if I've only got like the Fox's mods and all that, it's not too bad. I basically used everything I could today. The two biggies that were like made me a couple of minutes late starting the stream, so I was just trying to mix and match. Was the titanium mod. I nearly had to leave that one behind, and then yeah, because I've put the bridge layer mods on, they those two between them, I think more the truck than the actual bridge thing itself, takes up like a pretty fat chunk of memory. like I say, stuff like Fox's mods, they don't even seem to register on the amount of space. I can't remember if it's RAM, which way round it is, like the ones where you're actually now turning mods on to be on the actual game, like on the actual map. The one you have in this garage. What's that? Sorry, I might have missed something there. Or I've just lost track. The one you have in this garage. What have I got in this garage? Yeah, they changed out 2+ cargo packs. I'm assuming they made the game crashing glitch, and it's just easier to block us and fix the problem. That's very true, actually. I think you'd probably be right on that. I have no idea, but I'd be willing to bet that sounds... yeah, probably how things went down. I'm gonna say, is that a tree? It just needs to kill. You see though with the loaf? Obviously the cargo's still a tosser, but the loaf at the last second, he jumped off and it saves me, just the way it springs the weight back. Is the crane in the reach from here? I might just drag it to where I need to go from now on. Just try and pack it back on the bloody trailer here. I'd rather get the loaf. There we go. Got my hammer. Got my hammer and fingers crossed. Oh, you know, I almost got back on the trailer there. My bad. That might help nudge it on the trailer-ish. Son of a bitch of a game. Never wants me to have fun. Cargo what? I've got concrete blocks, haven't I? See, that's the thing with these, like the big cargo, is it does this impossible to pack when your cargo's like kind of on a 90-degree angle, but it doesn't need to be as much as a 90-degree angle. But because it's only got one winch point in the middle, there's not like, when I pull it back towards me, it naturally does that, which is like just the worst case scenario. At least if it had a winch point at each end as well, I could actually like, yeah, like I just can't do anything with it. Don't reload the cargo, just drag it. Yeah, I agree. Problem is now, I can ram into it. That's what she said. P16 dual, yeah, the front tyres. Oh yeah, sorry, is that thing you said in my garage? Lose track. I'll check it out in a sec. I can't remember if I've got the dual front wheel one or the single, or both. I might have both actually. And no. What I need to do really is like pull the trailer around so it's nearer my Antarctic. This is unlikely to work, but just gonna shove the trailer. Sons of bitches. Plan B. Why did that just unpack? there was a winch point. Oh no, it's probably that lamppost actually on the other side. It will be. There. Where's the winch point gone? This fucking game sometimes. Like now it doesn't have a winch point. Apparently. It's not even letting me do anything. What the hell's going on? Sorry, just see lots of texture to make it real. That's what uses the available RAM. I say some mods are not. It's like it's not letting me attach anything. That's like it. Well. I don't really know what to say. I can't use it. It's not letting me use any winches, and it's not accepting that. Am I in the right place? It was this place, wasn't it? Yeah. It's got to be, because it's bringing the menu up. What is it? Oh, for God's sake, that was unpacked. That's not too bad. Is it the winch from this? Don't know what's going on there then. I know I didn't have the cargo packed in the the sideboard bed, but I don't know why the winch. It's not working for a minute or two there. There needs to be more tractor mods. True, to be fair, like, not that I'd use them all the time, but I'd be more interested. A lot of the scout mods look pretty cool. There's a lot of sort of pickups, 4x4s and all that. I've drove oh shit, I'm gonna touch the bloody trailer. Yeah, you would. Yeah, I've sort of like, I don't really know how to differentiate between them to where I don't mean it harsh as in once you've drove one you've drove them all, but because they all kind of look roughly the same size and all the rest of it, it's, yeah, there can't be that much difference between them, especially once I've drove, like, was it that Lime's 4x4 thing? He had like plenty of engine mods and all the rest of it, so you could take it up to like as powerful as you wanted it to be. Where is it gonna... Finally! Shane Morris, pack your blocks first. I appreciate it, dude. I didn't even notice that. They must have unpacked when I rolled when I first lost that cargo. But by choice, are they packed? They clearly weren't. What's that? 13 grand power. At least that's that done, so I can now just have the garage as a normal garage. Show rewards. Warehouse is now available in garage slots. Oh yeah, because that's, yeah, you get like a load of metal beams from here. Which a lot of people I still don't know. I didn't realise for a while. Right, anyway. Thankfully that one was done. So look what to do next. I don't really want to do them. It'd be a nice one to get done, because I believe, yeah, that unlocks the sawmill, I should also get, is it the Taiga? Is that like one of the next ones? Starting plank production. Well, still, I was get chipping away at it so I can actually get to the other missions. I wouldn't mind. What vehicles we got? They've got a bit of pace to them. 103 reasons for a goddamn professional. That's true. A little cargo nudger. There is just always, if you have a loaf lying around, oh yeah, that thing. I could take that out. Sod it, why not? The dual front. I wonder why. Maybe it's just got the single front tyres because I've put these big fat ones on them, maybe. Has it got the Bandit? Just for consumables I need, isn't it? So I'm going to just take a ramp flatbed this thing. Just throw one of them around, no problem. Good one. Nicely. Finally completed the garage. It's yeah, I'm glad I got it done now on the mod one. Saves it always moaning about something I can't do. I wanted to try and get yeah, slightly ahead. Yeah, the old weak cranes. Yeah, I wanted to kind of get slightly ahead on the what they called, if I can remember for a second. Like the later missions in the sawmill stuff. You let me pack trucks, yeah. Nice. Load backpack, we're good to go. Oh yeah, going to the top. Sort of, kind of a new route to try. How many hours do you have into this game? I'll be honest, I really don't know. I was sort of talking about this a little while ago where I'm pretty certain I'd be over 1,000 hours, but because a certain amount of time spent editing and etc., where I'm not technically playing the actual game, I'm just editing footage and so on. Like, yeah, I've got to be. I would have thought somewhere between 3,000–4,000 hours, like, since this game came out. But yeah, some amount of that is going to be like, yeah, editing and everything. But I should imagine a lot. I mean, yeah, definitely. When you think about it, like, I wonder how many hours I've been in the loaf alone. There's got to be easily in the hundreds. Wouldn't surprise me if I'm pushing 1,000 hours just in the loaf, and that's definitely not even close to an exaggeration. Probably actually quite a reserved estimate. Yeah, well, we'll see. Cutting through there, I'll bring it up on the map quickly, because I tried it the other day. Basically, you got this normal crappy route that's just horrifically slow. It probably wouldn't be that bad with mods. But you also have that section that's a pain in the arse to get through, so if you want to cut across the middle, well, normally what I do is like cut across here and just go through the sawmill. But yeah, there is actually this little gap in the trees there, and then it saves you having to go through this section, which is just horrific. And then you can sort of cut across to these islands. I think it was go across there, yeah. And it cuts some of it out anyway. It means you can actually still drive at a semi-reasonable pace. if anything can't be climbed by that, you need a cargo copter, not a truck. It's true. I must admit, this thing does look... It was one of the first mods I ever got. And yeah, I've had it, I believe, activated ever since. Yeah, I just prefer driving over here. Again, it's like just normal. It feels like the truck, and you can see now I'm slowing down a bit. It's not like I'm flying across like a maniac, so it doesn't feel like it's sort of cheat mode cutting across there. But for whatever reason, yeah, the route they've offered is just terrible. Should show ice watch to fling fast trucks off the cliff. Should show ice watch to fling fast trucks off the cliff. Is that on White Valley? Let's see this trailer again. Just proof that it just hooks on things. It's apparently in the tyre rather than on it. See what I mean? It doesn't naturally want to bump over things. It wants to like dig in and wedge. It's one thing that this trailer, one of the few things actually, this trailer's a bit of a twat for. The winch, got it done. But yeah, it's definitely the hitbox shape under this trailer is not trailer like. Rockhead, hello, how's it going, dude? Mark, I use this mod a lot in the Yukon to get stuff up to the gold mine. Yeah, I don't blame you. This thing I think could handle pretty nicely in the Yukon. Should balance things out a little bit. Yeah, my main favourite things about this vehicle is like the biggie is the weight, because it just makes it, yeah, it feels like there's actual substance there to it. Like there is too many vehicles in this game that don't have enough meat to them. I do need to go there. I'm going to go to the top corner first, get that one out of the way. Must be this trailer again, why I just keep randomly dropping back into first. I wouldn't say this is normally like that, but I think basically when you're dragging this, you're actually dragging like a plough. Those two rear tyres of the trailer are just kind of like squared off on the hitboxes, so yeah, you're basically dragging like a giant plough that's scraping everything. And as you can see, when you drive across like that tree trunk, then it's too much for it. I don't mind stuff going slow here. Yeah, as long as it can actually like have the grip to get through, which I wasn't really a doubt in this thing, to be honest. I'd be panicking if this wouldn't even get through there. Try and get some high gear. I don't like as well now, like you can obviously turn the headlights on and off, but when your engine's turned off, they don't come on anymore. I've seen someone saying it in the comments as well a few weeks back that in real life the lights just work off your battery, so it wouldn't even matter if the engine's on or not. I don't know why they changed that, or if again it's just another bug that happened that they're I don't know, maybe by next year, by next Christmas they'll be putting a patch out for it. This trailer sucks so bad that it's making this feel a bit gutless, and I don't know, unless something seriously changed about this, I don't believe it is. I'll be back for yellow. I'm going up to the top of this hill and back. bitches. I think it's killable. If you hit it very hard, or yeah, bounce off the corner of it. It's a mission on the Yellow Rock map. Just now doing it myself. I think it's the tallest cliff you can jump off, or close to it. Is that the excuse me. Yeah, like where that watchtower is, like at the peak of that hill. I have to say, I don't even think I jumped off there either. On my normal playthrough, I might even still have vehicles up there. Quite disappointed I didn't. Oh no, or did I? Did you know what? I'll have to go back and look. I did throw a loaf and something. The loaf's usually there. I did throw something off a big cliff recently that wasn't quite valley. I'd know, I'll have a look there. I'd know just from sort of seeing it, if I recognise it or not. So I've got any portals in the sky since. Robert Adams, good evening Mr. Wolf, how are you doing? Yeah, not too bad, cheers dude, how are you? Turned around a little bit. Do it. Try to be a tosser. Back a little bit, trailer. Oh yeah, I watched one of your old videos. Did trailers used to come unhooked if you crashed? Do you know what? I can't remember, but I remember somebody saying that in the comments. Maybe it was you, I'm not sure. Like, not in the last week or something, like sort of a little while ago. Said about that doesn't happen anymore or something when you crash. Trailers don't become detached. I'll be honest, I can't remember. I kind of feel like no, but I certainly wouldn't want to sort of put any money on it because I just really can't remember. And I feel like I did crash enough at the beginning, kind of all the way through. Yeah, I can't remember the trailers becoming detached when you crashed. I certainly have vivid memories of, yeah, all the cargo flying everywhere. But then I don't know. Because the cargo would have been the main thing that would annoy me. The detached trailer would kind of be pretty inconsequential by then, so it could just be something that I never really paid much attention to. Leave them like that. They're flying for a bit. Like flying. Don't know why, it does feel like there's like not quite as much power going to this. But I don't know, I kind of feel like it isn't the mod. It could just be this trailer, but I'm certainly feeling it a bit. Normally this is an absolute powerhouse in high gear. Rebel by choice, how many vehicles do you own now? That is a good question. On my normal playthrough, I don't know, but I've got, is it 101 loafs now? So yeah, there's 100 of them. So I'd imagine it's got to be somewhere around 300, but it could easily be like 400 or 500. Probably not though. I'd say 300 as a sort of rough ballpark figure. I could see it being a bit higher, 300 to 400 maybe. So I've got like 100 loafs. I've probably got like 10 or 15 Zixes, 10 Dolphins, 10 Bruces, and all sort of the major trucks I've got, yeah, 10 to 20 of I'll probably buy now, just because I keep rebuying them instead of just finding where I've left them. On this modded playthrough though, I don't know, isn't there a... If I press down on that... Yeah, that was it. So what's that, 5, 10, 15... So about 165 on this playthrough. Oh, so I bet you, it probably is near a 500 odd then or something on my normal playthroughs. I definitely owe a shitload more vehicles on that than this. Like a loaf sex swing, exactly. And who wouldn't want one of them? He's a goddamn horse for a reason. Yeah, that bridge might be able to have a bridge layer mod as well. I'll have to check that out. Do you know what? I might do that in a minute. Get the bridge layer mod out and get a... Well, I'll finish this mission first. I will go and get the 4 metal rolls, but then after that... We'll, yeah, have a little go at fixing some bridges. I don't remember it either, but you have a clip of an Navistar losing a trailer. Feels like I would have remembered that. It's one of them where I sort of, yeah, I'm leaning towards no, but I certainly don't feel confident enough to say no. Like they never used to detach, so it could. I don't know. I'm kind of like 90% they didn't, 10% they did, but it's definitely like a little bit of a niggling feeling they might have. Like I said, it'd be more that the cargo spilling out would be my main, like, so the actual trailer detaching wouldn't really have been anything that would have bothered me. So it may well have been doing it, yeah, and I just wasn't paying attention. Yeah, let's cut across this way again. Royal by choice, profile. What's that on mine? That one. Maximum rank, 46 million. Oh, owned vehicles. Oh, true. Do you know, I never even noticed that before. 173, and then what's payments received? 129,000. I got 46 million. Some good compound interest. Got into a bit of loaf coin. Let's be honest. Doors a loaf coin. Probably the next big thing in crypto. Yeah, I definitely prefer this way. Oh, this bloody trailer though, it's like an anchor. Real question is 104 enough loaves? Probably not. I've got to be honest. You do need them. And every time they add more maps, that is officially like you need more loaves. Can't always risk recovering them off old maps, because... Oh yeah. Happens all the time. I go back to some random old map, and there'll just be a loaf that's been sat there since like November 2019, or whatever it is. Oh no, probably not that early. When did we get this game? It was 2020, wasn't it? Like April. Was it April the 28th? Because I remember it was about 3 weeks to a month after lockdown, when they did, yeah, in quotes, 3 weeks to flatten the curve. That was about 2 fucking years ago. Yeah, everyone was kind of asking SnowRunner to, like, please release the game sort of 3 odd weeks early, because we were all, yeah, just like that. We're literally all going to be locked in, sitting around doing nothing. It was like the perfect time if they released this game 3 weeks earlier. There was a shitload of people sat around waiting to play it. Loca's hung. Exactly, that's what she said. She certainly did. So he's a horse. He's packing. Oh, that bridge layer mod. You can, I think you can do cargo as well, can't you? I'll have to look at that. I might take that out, because actually, if I remember correctly, I quite like it as a vehicle anyway. I'd have that bridge layer mod on permanently if it didn't use as much memory. Oh no, shit. Well, it's not really the end of the world, but... I wasn't supposed to go to the garage. I was supposed to go to the sawmill around here. Pipe dreaming, correct answer. Exactly, there's only one answer. For more loaves, that is yes. Oh yeah, I did actually, should have looked. I downloaded the... Someone was saying last week about the more colours for vehicles. So I'm checking a sec so it can actually get some more loaf colours. Because I'm into, actually go around this way. Having to use like multiple colours of the same one. Except for OG loaf. There is, and will always be, only one OG loaf. But all the rest, I've got duplicates of them all by now. That's another thing I like about this P16. When you hit a tree, it kind of looks and feels like it should kill trees. Especially when it's got a bumper like that on it. It pretty much looks like it's built to just like smash it into the trunk as you run over them. Mark Rowe, there was a cool trailer that turns into a bridge mod released last week, but unfortunately it's back in recheck. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool, the trailer that turns into a bridge. Stuff, or is it just doing the weird gearbox jiggling? I'm not actually sure that. I guess I was getting a bit stuck. It's normally the gearbox jiggling, doesn't it? It normally happens when you let go of the throttle, like, and then reapply it, so not as I'm just powering up the hill. Doesn't seem happy. Not as happy as my life. Who could be? It's a great time. Any time today steering? Right, where have we actually got? Well, then again, I could jump in that twin stair. Is it a twice twin stair? It's really unhealthy one. That little beauty. So they were all original. That's not. I like that. Reminds me of the old Golf GT40 colours. I'll just go down. How many is there? Quite a lot. It's pretty good though. I can have a lot of coloured loafs before I get around to the same one. Yeah, I won't go through all of them, but as you can see, there's quite a lot. If I go super, it's like a matte black. Oh yes. Like me a bit of Lambo green. Speedrun time. Anti-earthquake loaf, exactly. Got a loaf for every occasion. Pipe dreaming, gotta go. Have a good night, everyone. I appreciate it, dude. Enjoy the rest of your night, and yeah, cheers for popping in. Oh yeah, I'm sort of going back to that. I can't remember what it's called. But I know where I'm going. Despite what it might look like. Right, Lang, how much did I miss? YouTube needs a better notification system. The notification system is pretty crap. I never really know what to, like, when to do a message. I normally do one just saying I'm live streaming in 5 minutes, but yeah, for the most part, that's why I try as best I can to stick to like 2:30 in the morning for me anyway. Yeah, like each week for the live streams, just because the notifications are pretty terrible. Yeah, I've got like my mum and that subscribed to my channel, so she can tell as well, like when I put videos up, if it notifies her and all that, so I can sort of tell. And yeah, long story short, it's pretty terrible. A bloody hour. Jesus. Yeah, true, that went pretty quick actually. What did we do? Messed around in the titanium. Yeah, the titanium, then the iceberg, and then the P16. Now the old twice to insert, and yeah, this is why it's nice to be able to cut across here to the left, because if you go, like, if I went right, it gets painfully slow down there, even worse than that bit I just went through. Just cock on the scenery. Juiceable cane. Have you looked into getting a loaf in real life? Yeah, I have. Like, it's not something I'll be able to afford at the minute, but I'm definitely, I've looked at all sorts, even up to and including, yeah, say one that had tank tracks. And to be honest, that was not bad. What did it work out at again? It was like 23 or 26 grand, but for a tank loaf, that's a pretty good deal. I don't even know if it is or not, but I don't need any more convincing. But yeah, like, obviously that was like a brand new one, and it was a tank loaf. As for finding like normal ones, it was not the easiest to find them, but I am genuinely interested in getting one, because yeah, it'd be good for a little run around. It's a van. It'd kind of be like an escort van, but just like a loaf. But yeah, I think it'd be a pretty cool animal. I think the loaf is getting a bit destroyed back there. It's all good. He's got his roof wrecked. Always give him a second chance. Pretty grip. Time of his life. I'm not sure if they've tweaked this map, but it feels old tyres or something. It's just not digging in. Again, it's probably just the power nerf. I'm kind of partially convinced though there is like a separate power nerf that exists only on this phase. Brother by choice looks like it might be a 5-hour morning. Well, I don't know about that. We'll see, you just never know. Brother by choice, I find myself just driving around. I do sometimes, like even when I'm earlier in the week or whenever, just in general, like when I'm making videos. I try to like plan the videos to make it as quick and smooth as possible, so like the editing's not as much of a pain in the arse in it, etc. But yeah, in between that, I tend to find, yeah, I just float around, not doing really much of anything. And I'm fine with that. It's like taking a little loaf out, go for a drive, and then something bad happens, you send in the loaf. It's a pretty good little system. Yeah, I would like to see, I don't know if a bridge model, not sure if it would be big enough to span that gap or not. Only one way to find out. Diffs on the go. If you had to choose only one phase to play, what would it be? That's a good question. It'd be, to narrow it down, I'd say it'd be between Michigan, Alaska, Wisconsin, and then maybe this phase. As much as I do really like this phase and all the rest of it, I'd probably knock this one out, just because even though it's like nice views and all the rest of it, there's not a whole lot of like climbing up awkward steep mountain pathways and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, beyond that I can't really pick between sort of say Michigan, Alaska and Wisconsin. Try packing the goddamn professional on top of the rolls. I could do, to be honest. Well, it's a good point. Yeah, do you know what? I'll check it out in a sec. I'll just get out this water. I assume, are you asking like to see if it can pack on the rolls? I know it can pack on normal cargo, but there's some gaps sitting between these, so for science, we need to find out. So sorry, his point, just listening to it backfiring. What was that? Is that the loaf backfiring or plans? Anyone stopping? Jason, what's up? How's it going, dude? The first thing is, this cream's probably not going to be too happy about it. I'm going to try and blag it, but it's not looking good. It just does have no guts to it. See, it's got them professional. Is that fuel? We've got fuel. So I do like the Lambo green. I've been wanting, like, they've not had any nice green colours. Really, the colours that are on it, it's, I don't know. It was good for the centre of a dartboard. But that's about it. The gap is too big, that's what she said. Exactly. Need to finish with it. I said I slept with a girl once though. To be fair, it wasn't long after I lost my virginity, so I shouldn't have been in charge of administering dick at that point. But yeah, had sex with a girl. For some reason it went on for really long, and I think the reason why is because Saw 3, the film, was on. And for some reason I was rubbernecking around watching Saw 3 at the same time. And every time I kept saying, you know, is it the bit where that black guy's got, like, he's in the machine and it's twisting his arms and legs and his fucking shin starts snapping out of his legs and all sorts. I was watching that like, god damn. And then, yeah. Anyway, went on for far too long for whatever reason. And, yeah, the next day, I had to, it's how chivalry is dead. I had to walk her back to the bus stop. I'd not quite passed my test at that point. And then, yeah. she's struggling to walk a bit. So, to be fair, if Uber existed back then, I would have gladly paid for a complete stranger to collect her from a convenient location and drop her off home. But yeah, she wasn't walking very well, and then the next day she couldn't walk, and then she couldn't walk for like 3 or 4 days. To ring in sick at work and everything. Like I said, I was an amateur. Or I shouldn't have been in charge of such important things. That's what I was saying, like the whole miles per hour. How much dick? How much dick per hour? And how much is the maximum limit? This is why we need like international dick measuring standards and all sorts. The world's too focused on irrelevant things like COVID and the economy. We need, yeah, international dick measuring standards. Funny enough, and Betty White, Diane, she's the one who said, don't grow some balls, grow a vagina, because those things can take a pounding. Well, what gives them that pounding, Betty? Because I could have gone 10 more times watching that Saw film. I could have gone skipping up that street afterwards. But yeah, it was funny, because it's one of them where, by the way, I'm just looking, I keep going up and down, I can't pack the loaf, but it is sitting quite nicely on those rolls. Yeah, sort of. Well, there you go. That's how long that lasted. It's one of them where you joke about it, and then it kind of was quite funny when it happened, but then I felt bad. But then I felt good that I felt bad. So it probably settled on like 75%. You're goddamn right, and then 25% like, okay, I do feel a little bit harsh. Well, it wasn't on purpose, like I said. I was an amateur. Should have had L plates. I'm staying in high gear. Seems to be going anywhere with it though. Are you excited for mudding and rock climbing events coming in Phase 7? I've not even heard of those two now. What we've got, rock climbing and mudding. Yeah, that should be pretty cool. It'd be interesting to try it out. The mudding, in theory, but if they're literally just going to make it like super duper crazy mud that you just, no matter what, you're going to go 1 mile an hour through, then I'll probably get bored of that sooner rather than later. But the rock climbing, I think, would be pretty cool. Rebel by choice, it will pack. Will it? I've seen the unpacked cargo. I didn't see the truck one. I'll double check though. But you can fix the bridge by the garage. Ah, that's the one I want to check out as well. Justin Lynch, officially no. Sorry, I might have missed. What's official? What the hell's that? Oh, trailer. Definitely been here before. Do you know what as well when that? Oh my god. If you guys can still hear me, my channel's just decided to change on the TV. In 2 seconds. I don't know why that happened, there we go. What was I saying now? It's gone. Rock climbing better come with grippier rock tyres, that is true. Yeah, I'd hope so, or at least make the tyres some kind of shape to where they don't just act like completely bold drag tyres kind of thing, which, I don't know, I find tyres in this game tend to all act like that really, whether they like look like they've got grip or not, and except again for the chained, they seem to behave like the chained actually add little notches to the tyres, which yeah, it definitely would be cool if they added grippier rock tyres. Just help all around in general. Is that Nathan? Is that Frank Hannell? Still hear you? No, I appreciate it. I don't know what, I must have either pressed, maybe I pressed a button on my, what's it called? Amazon remote, and I think it just automatically changed my TV to HDMI 1 or whatever it is. but I could still hear this and everything, so it was all good. Yeah, I thought for a second I might have pressed something, it was about to cut out the live stream, but thankfully we're all good. Right, he's got a couple of things in the bag tonight. Got the sawmill done and the garage done. Take Lambo loaf with us. Oh yeah, then bridge layer. Probably gonna have to build one. I did used to have some, but I don't know. I turned the mod off, so I assume it would have deleted them. I know it's Russian, isn't it? It might not make me go to Russia though. Normally doesn't with the mods. Some it does though. Oh yeah, which one? 6x6. I think it was this one I like. The 8. Oh yeah, in fact, if I remember correctly, I think wasn't it the 8x8 is the only one that can have the bridge layer mod in the end. I think it's the one I would choose anyway, so it didn't really matter. I assume that can hold 3 cargo. Yeah, it's got the basics. Let's get it done up though. The rock climbing and mudding just seems like a nice difference from pick this up and take it here. True, it'd be good to yeah, mix and match it a little bit. And again, if done right, I've got a feeling with the mudding they'll just literally make it like, you know, where you could drive somewhere now and just go to some super death mud. But again, for some people like that, so I'm not knocking it. There still will be. It's a bit like that death mud section when I do like the review videos. There's there is a difference between the vehicles. What vehicles that I took through? I think it's the Tiger actually that I took through the new one, and that didn't do as well as I thought through there. But then it was really good in snow. Oh, I keep going the wrong way down the menu. I don't normally upgrade from bottom to top. I normally go top to bottom. Gearboxes. 7-speed. Yep. Like the sound of the 7-speed we got. Oh shit. Abort mission. Can't not have a high gear. Well, one of these better have a high gear. That does say the word pro. Probably means it's better. Ah shit. Abort mission. Probably means it's slower. Oh, hey. Let's get that on. Jamman 350. Wolf, how are you doing, friend? What are you doing tonight? Yeah, I'm not too bad, cheers dude. How are you doing? So far, well, I've been messing around, finally got the garage in that built. Just going to try out the bridge layer mod. Oh yeah, you need to go get a bridge. Oh yeah, because I could pack a loaf on it. Tempting. Gotta know if it still works for science. Rebel by choice don't have room for these mods. Is it because you have other mods on, or is it if you could just like not got a lot of sort of room to begin with? Because yeah, I don't have these mods on all the time for that same reason. You'd think just once out of sheer randomness I would actually switch to the right vehicle one day, but it never does. sit up. Pretty good little loaf perch though. Yeah, then you can like just have a little look around, see what's going on. See Tits Mountain. All sorts of good stuff. Sure, we've got no illegal immigrants hiding out on the roof, trying to sneak into Loafland. Then again, it does look like it does look pretty long. It's definitely what she said. Should be able to. Well, I'm pretty sure it can span this one. But yeah, that other one that was like near where I went and picked the metal rolls up, I'd be interested to see if it can do that one like that. We are down. Oh fuck, I just saw it. The trailer's it's a trailer, isn't it? Like, fuck it, do you know what? Just buy another one. I just remembered having to line these fucking things up. It won't, well it will, but it's making my steering like practically not touch the floor. Have you ever used the loaf on its own for scout-based missions, or do you just use it as a fuel or rescue vehicle? I've used it for a few scout missions, it depends what they are. I used it the other week for, what was it called? It was the one where you had to bring like that off-road scout trailer from the opposite side of the yellow brick road map. Oh yeah, do you know what? I should turn around in the yard and just reverse it. Or I'll probably tip it again. Yeah, like it sort of depends what it is, but I do generally. I have like taken the loaf out on a fair few scout missions. But for the most part, I would say, yeah, I take him like just along as a, yeah, sort of mobile roof rack, winch point, fuel, etc. Just along with like, yeah, trucks. There's another thing I've noticed like as well when I was looking through this week, like picking vehicles to use. I wish they'd sort of free up a few different combinations and stuff on some of the vehicles, because just stuff like the Colob that I'd quite like to use, but it'd be nice if that could have a crane by now, and just stuff like that, really. Like, I always tend to find that I end up back at the same 5 or 10 vehicles that are like the Dolphin, the Taiga, Bruce, etc. That they can have like the sideboards, the cranes, the ramped flatbeds, the saddle low, saddle high. To be able to have everything, I was going to use the Tatra Force as well the other day, but I could, when you put that big fat crane on it, it wouldn't let you have the sideboard. Or was it the Phoenix? It was one of them anyway. Oh, now I'm actually here. It's a lot bigger. That is of course what she said. Not surprising really. Maybe that'll work. It's definitely pushing it a bit though. Actually, probably didn't help doing that. I am turning. Yeah, it's fine with kicking him. You can just press square. You don't like go into the menu like you do with a crane. It might work though. Sending the loaf. I don't think I've ever seen the loaf scrape along its side. A little bit sketchy. We are on though. That's the thing, it's like the invisible hitboxes around this sort of stuff, you never really know. It did make it. That's one down. Yeah, John. I might just delete that trailer because probably just the the amount of effort it takes. I forgot that you have to fucking line those little beams up. Mountain goat loaf, exactly. He likes it on his little perch. J Ward, damn it, actually fit. Exactly. Definitely, that's what she said. But yeah, it's to be honest, the bridge layer looks pretty long, and then when I got next to that bridge, I was kind of like, oh, that bridge looks pretty wide gap going on, so yeah, not as confident anymore about the other bridge, but we can see. Yeah, use this bridge. Yeah, use the bridge overlaid. News from UK Gamer, Season 7 delayed. PTS won't be starting this month, and Nintendo Store February release date has been removed. Damn. Nice. My life. Did you notice though, it was this that took engine damage? It wasn't my loaf then that took damage. The loaf's a goddamn horse. Drop the hammer a little bit. Oh god, that even feels like it's dead tonight. Yeah, definitely, I do like this truck. I think as well though, this uses a, well, it's less memory to like subscribe to the mod. I was going to say actually turning it on like the RAM or whatever. This does drain quite a bit of that still. Rover choice. What delete a trailer? What about the graveyard? That's true. I yeah, should have contributed to the graveyard. Especially, I'll make double sure not to turn this mod back off now if I'm actually laying trailers, just so it doesn't go and delete them all. Not really got much of a graveyard going on though on this map. Well, it says that. It says that feet away from a sideboard semi-trailer. Well, like, it's just a free-range semi-trailer. Oh, you're gonna lay better cargo. This is why I don't like going this way. It's just to squeeze the throttle, look around with the camera. To be fair, it does help with nice views. It does keep me distracted for a while. It's pretty good. Pretty cozy little escape hatch. Oh yeah. I miss old switches like that. The old fog lights and everything. Yeah, a good 90s dashboard. Well, I'm 80s and all that. It's to be honest, thinking about it. In the 90s, I probably was not in many 90s cars. It's funny as well, a mate of mine, he moved to the school when I was in about year 5, ended up leaving in year 6. And the teachers gave me the job of showing him around. And when they asked me, it's like, for fuck's sake, they must know. I was like, yeah, again, not really shy, just pretty quiet and all that. So it's like, really, you're going to make me show this new kid around? Showed him around and that. It ended up, he was sound though, so we became mates and that. And then, we were mates for like ages, months and months and months. And then he invited me over to his house. And just said sort of, yeah, go down here and then it's on the left, blah, blah, blah. So we went there, and again, this is when I had a Lada Samara, so like a Russian 1.3 litre Russian car. And yeah, we drove there, and he lived at this old like manor house that is a fucking monster. I mean, like a mansion, like something you'd see on TV. It was an ex-royal estate, and it was, I can't remember if it was Queen Victoria the First or Queen Elizabeth I, but one of those queens used to stay at this big mansion, and the bathroom in there was like, you've got over here grade 2 listed buildings, grade 1 listed blah blah blah, and the bathroom in this mansion that was like the master bedroom, so it was his parents' ensuite technically, it's not grade 1 listed, it was basically a museum piece. It had solid gold taps in the bath, and in there, like, just to put, say, a towel in there, as silly as it sounds, you have to pretty much get written permission. Like, it'd have to be like a period correct towel, and if you wanted to put soap on the sink, the whole building itself was like a grade 1 listed or something, so they couldn't change all the big windows, had to all still be like the old single glazed big massive windows, like you could fit an elephant through the window. Yeah, and it was like a 7-story mansion, and he had what was it, first, second, I think he had the 4th and 5th floor to himself. And yeah, it was just funny though when we were pulling up. He was sounded like, his dad was cool as fuck as well. His dad was African. He's honestly one of the darkest skinned people I've ever seen in my life. And he fucking loved racism, which was pretty funny. Well, it was like at first, because when I met his dad, well, I sort of met his, I'd already met him, but not much. But he walked into the kitchen and he was like, fucking hell, turn the light on, or saying I won't be able to see him. And I was like, what the fuck? Looked at my mate who started laughing. I was looking around like, shit, am I allowed to laugh, or is this like some fishing for white people joke where I'm going to laugh and then get punched in the face? But yeah, his dad like used to tell me and my mate, he's like, go around school and ask people for, like, he loved racist jokes of all sorts as well. And yeah, his dad was just cool as fuck. He wasn't spoiled at all. He always used to say to him, he's like, you ever take any of this for granted? He'd be like, I'll snap it out your life just like that. But yeah, his dad was cool as fuck. And my mate was cool as fuck, but it was just funny when we were pulling up that first day. I had no idea he lived anywhere like that. His dad was like ridiculously well off. Made his money in South Africa doing shops and stuff. And then when he moved over here, he was like, he just knew, you know, like he had a good eye for, he'd buy an old shop that's like, for example, a greetings card shop he bought once, and he was gutting that, and I think he turned it into something like a pound shop, but this is back in like the 90s when, yeah, it was just pound shops were like the next big thing really. He just had a good eye for what's gonna be coming next, and then he'd like buy businesses cheap that were, yeah, like a greetings card business, which was kind of like ending when you got text messages and all the rest of it. Like greetings card industry kind of started plummeting, and yeah, he was just really wealthy. But yeah, we were pulling up to his house in like an old Russian Lada Samara. Like I said, he was cool as fuck. His garden as well, the front garden was very bigger than a football pitch, and it had like trees. They weren't completely symmetrical, they were dotted down the garden symmetrically, but each tree was not, like, yeah, from an aerial view, they weren't exactly in the right place and the right size and all the rest of it. Had a little maze at the side of the house, done out of hedges, only that was like a foot high though, so it wasn't, you wouldn't like get lost in it, unless you were less than a foot tall. But yeah, it was just mad, like completely different worlds. But again, he was like the least spoiled person I'd ever known. He was, yeah, it was cool as fuck. And then he moved away to some, like when we left primary school, he didn't go to the secondary school I was at. He went off to like some, you know, fancier, I don't know, private school basically. But yeah, like I say, he was calling his dad. When I worked at that, I worked at the shop, that greetings card shop, and yeah, like we had to, me and my mate had to get a hammer each and smash all the shelves out of the where like all the greeting cards used to be. Sorry, I missed a couple of comments. I'll just get them quick. The bridge and the truck is a separate mod. It was a good idea by this guy. You can turn the truck mod off and leave the bridges. Yeah, that's what I've been able to do, which it was pretty cool of the guy to think ahead and do that, because the bridge mod itself doesn't really take a lot of memory. It's the truck. Yeah, you're right. Cheers for mentioning that. Henry O'Shea, how's it going? Yeah, not too bad, cheers, dude. How are you doing? Oh yeah, I should probably change the day while I'm here, actually. That's what I was going to do. No, Justin Lynch, what's a pound shop? Basically, like, in America, say, you'd call it like a dollar store, or, yeah, whatever various currency. Just, over here, a quid, 100 pennies, it's called a quid, or a pound. And, yeah, so a pound shop, like, everything's a quid. Which, yeah, that's one I got thrown out on once, for asking how much everything is. And, I think it was a pound shop he was making it into. I'm pretty sure, like 90% sure it was, but it was. I'm pretty much as near as makes no difference certain it was a card shop, like a Hallmark greetings card or something. I don't know if this one's going to have it or not. It's close, but I don't think it's going to quite be there. Yeah, no, his dad was just cool. Like even when he was like looking out for me, we were we knew. Sorry, yeah, we were smashing the shelves out and that, and his dad was outside. At the side of the shop there was like a load of pile of wood that I assume his dad must have been down there smashing things out. But yeah, he employed us too at the weekend to smash the shelves out. And then when I was walking out, it's just as he looked around and seen it was me coming out of the shop, I had a big load of wood in my hand and I couldn't really see where I was walking. And instead of just being like, oh, that's not my son, I'll just ignore him. He had a look, and as I was walking, he slammed his hand into my chest and stopped me, like, just hard enough to where you just completely freeze. And I'd trod on a nail that was sticking up, and it had just started going through my shoe. Excuse me. And yeah, if he didn't stop me when he did, I would have. I'll be telling you a story now of when a 5-inch nail went through my foot, and it easily. If he didn't stop me, I would have just trod on it. I wouldn't have had anywhere to go. I wouldn't have had time to balance myself because I was clambering across like wood. Yeah, that would have definitely gone straight through my foot and out the top of my shoe. But he obviously, as he looked at me and looked back, he must have just traced where I was about to walk, seen the nail, saved me foot. Oh yeah, detached tray, sorry, I'm getting distracted. Oh, well there you go. Wonder if there's other ways. I'm not going to do it now, but you know if you could put a bridge layer mod, you see those two posts sticking out the floor in the middle? If you could put one sideways on there, and then maybe prop like 2 bridge layer mods on either end of that, maybe adjust like the tail end of the trailers down a bit. I'll have to work out, I might be able to bridge that, just for messing around at some point. Again, there's no point in doing it now, because it could take 20 minutes, it could take 4 hours. Well, yeah, there you go. That Bridget's not having it. I think someone might have said that in the comments, but I wanted to just check to see how bad it is. Well, that can certainly stay there as a graveyard. I suppose in theory, if you did stack enough of those bridge laying trailers, you'd eventually kind of just fill the gap up anyway, and then do it that way. Or cargo, or a big truck down there. Like wedge of titanium down there. Henry O'Shea, doing good, thanks. That's good, man. Do you want in a minute? I'm gonna have to go and drain the main vein. I lost a fight this week. To be honest, I was nailing coffers again before I started the live stream, so I already knew. Set myself up for failure. Where else could... There was somewhere else I was thinking with the bridge layer mod. I was supposed to remind myself. Let's have a look, maybe it was on Yellow Brick Road. Saying that, I've not done as much on this. There was somewhere where I'm sure... was it? Can't remember now off the top of my head. There was somewhere where it would have made quite a lot of sense. Anyway, what missions have we got? Fuel station mission. Probably won't be too bad today. Could do that. Gives them an excuse to go there. Can this? No, I don't think this can have a crane, can it? No. What else we got? Top right on yellow. What is that like for a bridge up here? If you're thinking of that, I don't think it'd manage that one. Near fuel station. Just trying to think. I've been. That's already a bridge, isn't it? Yeah. So, yeah, it must be. Cause I've done all the other missions like over here. Yeah, for bridge. I'm not sure where exactly you mean though, dude. Well, I'll be back onto that Lowlands map in a minute. I'm going to pick a vehicle and then drive over there. And then I could check it out. What vehicle is the question? Well, just one with a crane really, I suppose would be handy. In fact, yeah. Can I have a collab with a crane? Oh no, I can't. I was thinking I need a modded collab actually. I have a box trailer mod installed, going to try putting one of those in that gap and rest 2 bridges on it. Yeah, go for it dude, see how that goes. I've got a few trailer mods that I'd like to use, but again, for some reason, some of them take a hell of a lot of memory up. Have you heard about the tsunami? Is that like in real life, do you mean, or is that like some mod on here? I did hear about some storm, wasn't there? Like, I've seen it saying, telling Japan and the US to preferably get away from the shore if you can. Pretty sure this should be able to have a crane. Well, a little one though, yeah. What's the difference between them? Traverse narrow passage. That's pretty cool. He's like has actually narrowed the crane. I'll get that just because I don't really need it to be narrowed, but still, I appreciate the thought. Yeah, pound shop equals dollar store. They're more like $1.70 store. Yeah, exactly. Dollar store would be great. Well, I think your like what the American currency is. I don't know what it is at the minute, but I remember a while ago it was getting on for like we were getting nearer to $2 for a quid, but I don't think it's like that high anymore. Where did I leave the little beast? He was over here, wasn't he? Some of the pictures. Yeah, real life. Hit West Coast about 5 hours ago. Yeah, is it a bit of a bad one then, I assume, by the sounds of it? I didn't really hear anything, just that sort of headline message saying something like, yeah, get away from the shore. And that was about it, but fortunately we don't really get that sort of stuff over here. I think we had a, well, quote-unquote tornado once that blew like a chimney off. Blew like one person's chimney off and about 4 tiles off some roof of another house. And that was like headline news. Okay. Store crane. Right. I'm gonna have to go toilet. I will be back in a minute. Back. Oh, fucking see, phone again, low power mode, 12%. I was even laying in bed a day or two ago, trying to go sleep, and I was absolutely completely still. And then I heard my phone start doing that annoying charging noise again. It's like, it is literally off its head. Oh yeah, we're driving to Yellow Brick. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying earlier as well, was I was looking on eBay at like different phones, because I don't really want a new phone, but I don't want to change the battery, blah blah blah. I don't really trust myself to change the battery. But yeah, I don't really know. Because the latest one is the iPhone 13. That was about 1,400 quid. Then there was like it dropped quite quickly though. Then it was like the iPhone 12 or 11. The 12 was like £1,000. The 11 was about 600. And then I can't remember the X or whatever it was. And then yeah, or I could get another version of my own phone, 7 Plus. I think it's about 180 quid for another brand new one. Which it wouldn't bother me if I had an iPhone 4. I've still got my iPhone 4. But yeah, it's the like, they eventually sort of become out of date, and a lot of apps don't work, and etc etc. I've not had that problem yet with the iPhone 7 Plus, but I'm assuming that day will come. It kind of did with my iPhone 4 when it was about 7 odd years old. I think I don't know, it just wasn't happy about working. You left the engine running. Oh, did I? To be fair, the good thing is this thing's got a juicy old fuel tank on it. I forgot about that stuff. Dollarama started as a $1 store, then became a $2 store, then a $3 store, and now it's a $4 store. Freaking Canadian. That's yeah, I suppose as it keeps going out. I did see a meme about, was it Joe Biden the other day, there's some dollar store in America that's finally put its prices up to $1.25 or something, and it just said that it survived 40 years, 40 or 50 years at a dollar, and then Biden was in for less than a year. They've had to up their prices. It's like inflation's going mad everywhere though. Got a good bit of it going on here as well. Which, yeah. See, that's another way that they can just take your money. They just print more money and make yours worth even less. Then it sort of takes your money without taking your money. But it still takes your money. That's why, you know, when like house prices go up, people think that's a good thing, that their house is worth more, but it's like, it's not. It's just now the money is worth less. You need more of it to buy the same thing. That's like over here, compared to like people in my parents' generation that were paying like, it depends, but say 20 to 70 grand for a house, depending on like how long ago it was and blah blah blah. But yeah, these days not a chance. Quite funny, I was seeing another meme that was like parents' generation in their 30s saying, "Oh, we should get another house or a second car for the house and everything." And it's like people in this generation got that skin where it's like, "Oh, I'll treat myself to a can of Coke. I deserve this." And it's yeah, it's getting about that way. So house prices over here gone up about 5 times over in the last 20 years, but wages haven't anywhere near gone that high. New COD is full of dirty cheaters going back to the truck game. Yeah, that's the thing with Call of Duty. It's a shame. I really like / more liked Call of Duty. But yeah, it's like from back in sort of the day of COD 4 and Black Ops 1 and all that. Everyone was just running around like lunatics back then. No one really gave too much of a shit. You obviously wanted to kill people more than you die and blah 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 and get your kill KD ratio going a bit better, but generally speaking, people didn't really get sweaty and all filthy about it. It was just like run around like maniacs, killing each other and having a laugh. But yeah, these days there's so many people that are just hell bent on getting a high KD score, and if they have to just sit in the back corner with a gun aimed at a doorway and proximity mines surround it or whatever, it doesn't bother me that they're winning. It's just like, it's boring. That bothers me. Like I say, there's especially, and then you get the actual cheaters that have hacked it and all sorts. Rebel by choice, fuck Joe Biden. I think that meme's still been going strong. Chase Reeves, sup, how's it going, dude? Rebel by choice. What's that? Houses are going for 2 million. Fucking hell. It's like you just ain't got a chance really. Even like the house that my mum and dad live in, I think it was in 1970s around there. I believe that house was 17 grand. And then my real dad bought it, I think in the early 2000s for 70 grand. And then by 2005, it was worth 140 grand, which is when we sold it to my parents. And then now they have put a conservatory on and stuff, but that's probably worth 300 to 350 grand now. So from 17 grand to 350 grand, it's near enough gone up 20 times when like the wages haven't even gone close to that. So yeah, sweet fuck all chance of getting on the property ladder. Not to be honest, not that it necessarily bothers me, but it's a shame. Like when I'm paying rent and that each month, I could pay a mortgage for the same, and I'd actually have a house at the end of it. But obviously they won't let you get a mortgage because you just don't match up. Yeah, I'll probably go this way. Where was it? Oh no, it's further up there. You could sort of pop out. Let's go and check it out anyway. The old Goliath should mash through most of it. Chase Reeves, what's up? Oh, where? I've already read those, haven't I? Houses where... Oh, yeah, yeah, 2 million. Is that, though, is that dollars or... Which still going to work out. A pretty fat wodge. Oh, yeah, there's up there. Pull that tree. Yes. What? Bonus tree. Thought about it. At least I kind of deflected off it. Roll by choice, US, yeah, it's still well, what's like the hourly wage there? Are you on sort of, isn't it like the $15? I remember hearing some people going on about that sort of thing. We're probably around the, I can't remember, 9 or 10 quid mark, so it probably still works out about the same. Say you could roughly get $1.50 for a quid. Yeah. So a 2 million house over there is still going to cost us probably like, I don't know, but yeah, 1.2, 1.3 probably. And that, funny enough, that house, I'll say my mate lived in, that ex-royal estate thing. That was, it was like one mansion, and then he obviously had all the buildings that were back in like the 1800s, would have been like the cooks and maids and all that, all them houses. They split the property into 3 bits, and the bit that they bought, there was one plot was 2 million, and the other 2 plots were 1.5 million each. And him and his dad and his mum bought the £2 million plot, which was like the actual main house. That's why it had like the bath in that the Queen used to bathe in apparently, and all sorts. And yeah, that was 2 million back in I must have been around 8, 9, 10 years old, so sort of 96 to 98. God knows what that'd be worth now. I'd imagine, I don't know, it's got to, well, yeah, really, it's going to be 10 million plus now, probably. I think I can cut into it from there. From there, we'll just freeside it. To be honest, it might have been. Well, we'll loop round. It's not really going to make much difference. Well, I think I was supposed to go a bit further up there, or I did last time, but yeah. There goes that plan. This Goliath, oh, I have to say though, this Goliath chews through this mud very nicely, definitely. But this swamp, for whatever reason, I drove through it on my normal playthrough, is pretty nicely balanced. From what I'm sure there might be patches that aren't. But yeah, I did drive through here in normal trucks the other week, and was pretty pleased with how kind of, yeah, balanced it is. Like, I was going a bit slow through here, but nothing like, not insane to where it was boring or anything. Rebel by choice. What mod was for the new paint colours? To be honest, I can't remember the exact name, but it was called something just like, you know, more colours for standard vehicles or something. If you go, say if you sort the mods by the date added, and then go through that way, it wasn't that far into it, if you know what I mean. You'd probably find it in the first 10 or 15 pages. If you just start, yeah, order the mods by like the date they got added or whatever. And I believe it's for every vehicle as well, so I should be able to, yeah, all those colours like the Lambo green and that, I should be able to get on every truck, which is pretty cool. To be fair, by now the game should have kind of added a mod like that, just as a standard addition, really. Because, yeah, like I said, for the Loaf, I think there's 30 odd colours, and yeah, I've got 101, so I've got like 3 or 4 loaves that are sort of every colour, which is cool, but I sort of used to know which order I bought the loaves in by what colour they were. But now if I go and find, say, yeah, like an orange loaf, I don't know if he was the first orange loaf or the third. I could probably work it out though. If I went back to like Michigan and there was an orange loaf on there, the chances are that'll be the first one I bought. Loaves that are chilling on like phase 5 and 6, etc. are probably going to be the later ones. But now, Lambo Green Loaf. It's OG Lambo Green Loaf now. Medley Emin, what's up, Miss Lone Wolf? Why do you guys call it a lorry? To me, a lorry is just a drunken aunt. I've never heard that before. Yeah, just a lorry. We'd spell it with 2 R's, so it'd be L-O-R-R-Y, but I'll be honest, I can't really tell you. It's just, we pretty much all use the word lorry over here. You could say truck, and I don't think people would look at you like, what? You said truck, but I don't know. It's definitely, like, without a doubt, lorry, I would say, is the most popular. Yeah, the aunt, a drunken aunt, a lorry, or is that, like, I assume pronounced the same? I've never heard that expression, though. So, yeah, it's a new one on me. I'll have to ask, like, if anyone I know if they've heard of it. Real life, that tree pro would have just entirely smashed the windscreen, squidged the roof in and all sorts. And it seemed I had a goddamn professional with me though, no. One of my mods has 200 colour options, yeah, that's more like it. I could definitely get myself 200 loaves. But that'd get me there. Taken this long, nearly 2 years. But yeah, nearly 2 years and I've only got 100 loaves. Sounds pretty depressing actually. Where am I going? Wait there. Did I just drive straight past it, or was it not marked? I'm more than willing to accept I probably drove straight past it, but I genuinely didn't see it at all. I've done a terrible job reversing. I like reversing these trailers as well, they're semi-reasonable. I'm going to reverse over the cargo. Oh well, I hope it ain't expensive equipment, because it ain't gonna be. Laurie is a female name in the States, true. Yeah, I have heard of that name as well. Yeah, I don't like, certainly if you said lorry over here, no one would look twice, it's just, yeah, that's what everyone knows. Or if you said, oh, have you seen the green lorry, like, no one would be like, what? The hell, the lorry? But like I say, if you said truck, they probably... Certainly you don't really ever hear people calling them trucks, but yeah. I don't think you'd get funny looks for saying it. I think we've had loads of different like sayings or expressions and ways of saying things, even within England. Like then you got 40, 50 odd counties of England, where yeah, you got 50 different types of accents, 50 different... I can't think of an example right now, but just, yeah. I know one in fact, I've never heard anyone, you know, crumpets, but they might even be a different thing, whoever's hearing this, wherever you live, but crumpets in England, yeah. I call them pikelets, and my family's always called them pikelets, but apparently that's like, I can't remember if it's Leicester or Derbyshire. It's like a specific thing where I was like born and grew up and that, and where my parents were from and that, and yeah, no one else says that. But I find it weird saying crumpets. Never said crumpets. Not if I actually want one. Sounds too posh to eat though. Feels like I'd have to put my little finger out when I'm eating one. Does lorry translate to something? You will never hear a truck, big rig, 18-wheeler, semi-tractor, etc. called a lorry in the States. Yeah, it's funny. I've heard all of them though that you use, especially because like we get a lot of American films and stuff over here. Certainly heard truck. Yeah, big rig. You definitely. If you said big rig over here, I think someone would at least give you a little, a little look. Not in a funny way, just as in like what? Like you don't really hear people say big rigs at all. 18-wheeler. Not really. I don't think I've ever really heard that as an English expression either. Scared the shit out of that trailer. That's a win. What else have we got? Yeah, still got to do. Oh, we've not even done that one either. Oh crap, I gotta go there. Concrete slab. You know, that's probably not a bad one to do actually, because I'm in this Goliath thing, so it's probably going to handle it pretty well. So I'm probably not going to be going for too much longer, because I'm starting to feel the squeeze of the headset on my head. Need like something to clip on the headset that can just, so it's like it's on your head but it's not squeezing your head to hang on for dear life. It's like as if I'd be, I don't know, on a roller coaster while I've got this headset on. Oh yeah, sorry, that way. It's funny as well, them earlier when I was trying out my Bayets by Durr headphones. You can tell they were £3 worth of headphones. It's probably one of the crapper music qualities I've heard in a while. But they're actual earbuds. It was nice to be able to just jab them in my ear, not have like a big fat headset. The best for music, funnily enough, like, well, certainly that I've tried. I've got those Turtle Beach. I don't know, what are they? Is it the 800s or something? They're pretty nice, like Bluetooth, all the rest of it. You listen to music through that. Sounds good. Someone, because they're designed for like Call of Duty Battle Royale, where you can hear people wiggling around in a bush half a mile away. When you listen to music, someone starts to play the drums. Sounds like the drums are about to run up on you and stab you, but in a good way. It's yeah, like the level of just sound from those headphones is fucking pretty damn good. But I would happily have a gaming set as a music headset. But yeah, when I was trying like to record a voice through it, I don't know why, it just ends up sounding like I'm talking through, yeah, or like I'm talking through a tube of Pringles or something. That Zix mod you're using, in my opinion, is one of the best mods. Goes through anything and is versatile in how to customise for the different. Been a rally in there. We'll get you back live. Yeah, no, I agree. This is definitely like this and the what's it called, the iceberg. I find to be like just they feel quite similar mods. Oh, going up a tree there. Lumberjack loaf. Funnily enough, my brother knew a guy who used to, well, I assume he still does do what they call a tree surgeon, and he was some tiny little guy, and when he talks, he sort of, even as an adult, sort of talk like this, where he had a really high voice. But he was also a triple hard tree surgeon. And when he used to go out drinking, people would obviously hear him talk and then start taking the piss. And yeah, apparently he was just renowned for knocking people out who were, he was like just some tiny little guy, but because he does nothing but climb up and down trees all day long and lift pieces of trees into trailers, etc. He was apparently, yeah, a bit of a nutcase. Just a nutcase with like a David Beckham voice. Good money in that though, or tree surgery. I've done some makeshift tree surgery, never done the proper stuff. For God's sake, really? At this point there should just be a mod where stuff stays packed. Like you can ratchet strap the loaf down to the trailer. Oh my god. Holy winch points. No, the loaf right behind me, goddammit. Common to hear in the States. Sorry about all the lorry stuff. I've just been wanting to ask you live. No, that's alright. Ask me anything you want. So, yeah, I sort of find it funny, these different stuff. I'm more not conscious of it, like, as in, oh, I don't want to say the word lorry anymore, but I tend to find myself, if I know I'm going to describe a lorry, I might just say truck, because the chances are there's more people that'll definitely know what I mean when I say truck. But again, truck does sound pretty normal. Like, it doesn't really feel that out of place. Certainly lorry gets used a hell of a lot more, but yeah, truck is all good. Funny enough, speaking of trucks, that recovery company near me that's got that like a Derry 4520, so what's it called in real life, the Oshkosh M1040 or something. Oh shit, I think I was not supposed to go this way, and then I immediately drove this way. Yeah, I heard that thing driving off the other day. Fuck, you know. Thing was loud. Isn't there a baby food over there that is like hard bread for them to chew on? Possibly. What they like, rusks, something like that rings a bell. Not got any kids though, so I don't know. I haven't had to buy them yet. I remember as a kid, you used to have these like Italian biscuits that were fucking really nice. They were like fingers, they were called, I think. They might have been hard originally, sounding dodgy, but once you open the packet and obviously the air gets to them, they go soft. I used to fucking love them as a kid. That was, I used to get them. It was my grandma, the bad one. Because I've got, like I said, what was it, my auntie in Italy. That was the one where, yeah, my dad apparently was trying to kidnap me and my sister to take us there. When I say kidnap, it's like, technically is, but not, yeah, not tied up and thrown in the boot. Obviously, we would have just thought we're going on holiday or something. Although, speaking of going in the boot, I don't know if anyone else used to do this when they were a kid. We kind of had to through lack of funds, but when we were going to the zoo, yeah, we couldn't all afford to go in the zoo, so what we'd do is we'd all climb in the boot of the car, and then we'd go through, and then it might be like my mum and my sister would have to pay, and then when you get through there, you get to the car park, and then we could get out the car and go around the zoo. It was great, but honestly, I still look back where I enjoyed going in the boot of the car with my brothers, and we'd just sit in the boot of the car. It was fucking great. Looking back, it's probably like, you know, if somebody arse-ended the car, it wouldn't have done us any favours, I'll admit. But it was either that or not go to the zoo. I was happy to risk it. thing climbs its way up there a lot more convincingly. So he sounded like they never dropped. What's that with? Sorry, I might have missed the comment there. I watched Top Gear Grand Tour, I understand English. That's true, Top Gear and Grand Tour are pretty cool. That'd be a good job to have. Probably, yeah, I think I've said it before, technically the Stig's job would probably be the best, just because I wouldn't really like the whole celebrity thing and all that, but as the Stig when no one knew who he was. And you just get to race like the best cars on the planet around the track. It'd be a, yeah, pretty cool job to do. But in the end, he wasn't even like a like an ex-Formula 1 or something, was he? He was like an SAS driving instructor or something. Who was it? The slabs. Yeah, I'm sure that Ben Collins, I'm sure he was like an ex-SAS driving instructor that used to teach people how to sort of get out of hostage situations. I think that's why in general he was quite good at driving any car, because he was used to situations where you might be getting shot at, have the tyres shot out and blah blah blah, so he was just kind of, yeah, I think the various handling characteristics weren't too much of a jump for him. But that'll be a fucking cool job to do. Junior Bailey, that's right, you said it. Mark Rowe, I think they're called sponge fingers. Maybe. There's a certain, like, they could be, I'm sure, within reason, they're bound to be available in England, I would have thought, on the whole. Back then, though, there was probably a bit harder to get certain things. She might have been lying that they got sent from Italy, but I bet they were Italian. I remember that, because I remember the packaging and all the rest of it. But anyway, yeah, either way, I just remember they were fucking nice. I assume those little baby biscuit things that they eat, they're probably not that dissimilar from them. But yeah, like I said, they're hard at first, but if you let the air get to them, they go soft and they are nice as fuck. So I want to go, yeah, back that way. Could end up cutting through there. Be nice to have a bigger trailer, except for the hassle of having to drag the fucking thing around. Rebel by choice. Beast. That's it. Now it's Abby. Oh, is it the concrete blocks? I could hear it sounding like a horse trotting. God damn. Loaf's finally got himself some hooves. Stig, I'm pretty sure it was Michael Schumacher. I think there's definitely the Ben Collins was like one of the official Stigs for a while, but I've heard the rumours with like whether it was Michael Schumacher. I believe at some point it was, because what was it, the Ferrari FXX or something that they borrowed from Ferrari that are pretty strict about like who was even allowed to drive it, and I believe when they drove that round the track, I've got a gut feeling it wasn't that Ben Collins Stig then. I think it was like Schumacher, because okay, obviously he raced for Ferrari, they'd trust him driving their car, but obviously then they got this whole big rivalry thing because it was on the Top Gear test track. It's like Ferrari don't want to have a slower time than Lambo and Porsche and blah blah blah, so I think they, yeah, kind of made Schumacher take over. He's probably done it more than once as well, I should imagine. It wouldn't surprise me if they had a few different Formula 1 drivers that might have jumped in here and there. And as well, that, like I say, the Ben Collins guy, he was one of the Stigs, but... shit. Immovable tree. Yeah, I don't think he was like the only one. But I remember he was like the biggie where he wanted to reveal his identity, and the Top Gear team didn't really want him to. And then they sort of fell out with each other for a little bit because he had. New Zealand, they're called Yeah, rusks, and use when teething. Yeah, I think that's what I've heard, rusks. Which I think those biscuit things I used to like were like similar-ish, but yeah, not made for like babies or anything specifically. Just an inch, you're not like me. I took the path of most resistance. Yeah, true. You seem to like the path of most resistance. I'm definitely usually trying to find a way to shave a bit of time off. Yeah, no, so I don't want to go that way. Nearly got me again. Definitely gets a bit tippier than, especially with the snow. You don't always like quite appreciate how steep the angles are, but it's pretty big snow banks. Where was it? I was reading the other day that had 14-foot snow drifts. It's like, yeah, fair enough. Now that's when you can say, God damn, it snowed. 14 foot, I agree. It's probably not driving when it's 14 foot deep. Look where I'm going. Phone again. See, gone off charge again for no reason. Such an asshole. So now it's on 16%. Well, what was it on before? 12, so it did actually get a little bit more juice. But yeah, that's why I was looking at different phones, because I either need to do something. If I buy a brand new charger, it'll charge a bit better for like a week, and then for whatever reason, whether it wears the little contacts out and it just doesn't stay in the charger thing very well. So yeah, either new battery or new phone. But again, I don't care if it's a new phone. I looked at the iPhone 13 just because that was the latest, but I couldn't really give a rat's ass, to be honest. Good thing about YouTube, you can also find it. That is the, yeah, cool thing with YouTube, especially now when you think like skip ahead, it's just, there's practically everything on there. Like, not just say, oh, how do you change a tyre, but there might be like some, with every specific car, probably tyre's not really a good example, but you know what I mean, like how to change the inlet manifold of XYZ car, and it's like, yeah, chances are it's somebody's made a video about it on YouTube by now. Still got my horse, isn't that quiet? Not even noticed. These rocks here are fucking awkward, to say the least. Especially when you think this is the Goliath and it's not exactly thrilled about it. But I don't think there's ever a mission or anything that you can, like, fix this. That's what I normally do. There is an immovable tree there, at least they put that there. Oh, low. Winch points. Mind of their own. Hook now, the trailer. That'll be the issue then. So you can sort of tell, like, the hitbox needs to pull, yeah, the tyre under, not over. Rebel by choice, can see him. Mike Skinner. Mike Skinner? What does that name ring about? Oh, the name of the guy from that band, The Streets, or something. Alexandru Coman. Hi, Mr. Lone It's the first time I catch a live stream, as I'm in the other part of the world where it's midnight for me. Oh, you might even be in the same part of the world. Well, for me, it's 5:10 in the morning here. But yeah, either way though, I appreciate you popping in to say hello, dude. Oh no, I don't think I'll be able to squeeze a metal beam on. How many did I need? 4. Might as well take 1. 3 next time, which I kind of do the same thing again. I might make this the last mission, to be honest, because I'm not getting like a headache, but like I said, my headset's squeezing my head. Definitely feeling it on the old ears. Probably didn't help that when I used my headphones earlier, like earbud plug things, the phone brought a message up saying I'd listened to them for, I can't remember, an hour or 2 hours, and it brought a bloody health and safety message up saying it recommends that I stop listening to them now. I shoot, oh, because I'd reached like some EU limit of noise in my ear. Like, fuck off. Try and baby you these days. Try and do everything for me. Come round and wank me off. Do that. Then we'll talk. Telling me I'm getting fucking ear damage after an hour or 2 listening to headphones. To be fair, I really do like headphones that I can wedge in my ear, turn it up obscenely loud and slowly go deaf. Right, so I want to cut... oh no, it was through the lake in the end. Ah yeah, but we'll go out this way. Cross there. What's wrong with my tumble dryer? The YouTube fixed a £6 part instead of buying a new one. Yeah, exactly, stuff like that. It's definitely again, I've got a washing machine here that I've had a little while, but I've just got it all sort of sorted out and everything. Yeah, like I've got no manual for it and everything, but I'm sure I could go on YouTube. There'll be someone who's got the same washing machine that'll be like, yep, press this, this, and this. I found the first easy setting, and that's it. I'll never need to look at it again. Oh, Mike Skinner American Stick. Yeah, again, it'd be a really good job to have. Got an ice storm coming my way. Guess I'll be playing SnowRunner in a couple of days if I don't lose power. Yeah, it sounds like a beast. I'd say your weather's kind of dialed up a bit compared to over here. So, I mean, this thing again, it is the Goliath, but when I drove through here the other week in a normal vehicle, I kind of got through there at a similar pace, which, considering you're actually going off like the road bits as such and into the actual watery, swampy section, is yeah, whoever balanced that did pretty nicely. Credit where it's due. I like to have good winch when they make it like OP super duper mud and everything, so yeah, we actually get the balance pretty nice. Funnily enough, going throughout the swamp, I'm having more trouble driving up out the other side of it. You see what I mean though, where now, this road I'm driving on, because they know it's a road, they've taken the time to like, super mud it. Whereas the swamp that you cut through, there isn't really any road, so it's just left to be normal. For whatever reason. I know I'm running low on fuel, and I know it'll be doing the stall the engine thing pretty soon, but I don't think it'd have been doing it a minute ago when I was on like 35 litres. What's going on here? The loaf goes through this quicker. The dumb horse. most manuals are available online in case you lose the original. Yeah, true. It's the handy thing these days. It's funny, isn't it? I've said this before. With like homework and that for school kids, they could just Google their homework now. Like, you just wouldn't need to do like homework's pretty pointless now. There's no way of getting around that back in the day. And when I was like watching a horror film, was I watching the other day? Can't remember for the life of me what the hell it was. Some horror film anyway, and it was might have been one of the Friday the 13th or Halloween or whatever. I can't remember, something like that. But it was obviously from back like, say in the 70s, 80s, 90s or whatever. And yeah, even like the plot of say any horror movie back then, there was no mobile phones or anything, so if someone ran off into the woods or whatever, it's like nowadays they obviously have to factor that in with films that, yeah, someone's just going to have a mobile and be able to ring and get out there. But when you watch a lot of horror films from back in the day, it's quite funny how many of them wouldn't be a horror film if they had a mobile back then. Like, all they'd have to do, one phone call, job done. Michael Myers, anyways. Jerry Prevost. Ooh, dead tree. It's for you, Jerry. Tree died in your name. How is everyone doing this evening? Yeah, not too bad, cheers, dude. How are you doing? You're a boy choice. Yeah, now kids have everything given to them. True. It is these days by comparison. Excuse me. Especially, you could just say, "Hey Siri." I suppose she's not listening like a nosy bastard right now. Yeah, and just ask it your homework. Killed for something like that as a kid. As I used to live in a little village to get on my bike and ride all the way to another village to go to the library when it was open. And your homework might be, name the 20th president of the United States, and it's like, these days, 2 seconds that'll take for me. It's probably a couple of hour round trip bike ride to the library. Jane Cobb's hat, 1980s we have to get to the payphone. Yeah, true. They're removing a lot of payphones over here because, yeah, it's not really needed anymore. But yeah, back when I was a kid, they were everywhere. And we had a house phone, but it was one of them back then where I think it cost quite a bit of money, so it was like we were just pretty much not allowed to use the phone. Certainly not to just ring your mate and chat away, if you know what I mean. Might be able to ring if your mate's coming over, just to be like, yep, my mum says it's okay to come over, or whatever, or I'm coming over yours or something, but other than that. Need to, yeah, go easy on the old phone calls. To be stuck anyway, I don't think I'm gonna say the loop normally slips off either side. I think it's my trailer that's stuck. Is it gone? Yeah, it's like caught the corner of the trailer. So this is not going to go too healthy. Not change truck. Sorry, it's my D-pad. Being a dickhead. Fuel as well. loaf. What a goddamn horse. I'll admit, didn't know that was going to happen, but let's be honest, it did. We all seen it. That's what you get from a loaf. I'm not entirely sure, but he might be wedged in the ground. Come on, winch point, you know what fucking thing I want. The loaf. Oh, damn. Yeah, that was pretty handy though. Kind of wedged the loaf under the trailer and levered me off the tree, which is pretty handy. Google now, so no brain or logic thought process anymore. Batteries, oh sorry, it might not have even said batteries, I just read it as it jumped up. You are right though, it is, they even have a name for it now where like we forget more trivial stuff because we just know we can Google it. Just, I don't know, something random like how long does it take to boil an egg? Yeah. If you forgot how to boil an egg in the 90s, again, that was like, oh shit, trip to the library, or, yeah, I suppose maybe speak to someone, but you know what I mean. Nowadays, you just don't really need to remember. You can just ask your phone. Do you know what? I could do with that being a fuel station at some point. Not really on this map, though, but I could really do with getting that one done on my, my normal playthrough. I was playing some multiplayer SnowRunner while being on Facebook. I started to get ads on which one of them was a hoodie that had written I noticed, like, I'm sure my phone is listening in, like, even like right now as I'm talking, because I've noticed it a few weeks with the live streams where I'm talking to you guys and then later that day or something, a video or something on my phone, like on YouTube, will get recommended where it's just some subject that's like I've never mentioned before or anything, but for whatever reason it got mentioned during the live stream. And yeah, suddenly I start getting advertising for that exact thing. Advertising or like actual YouTube videos. Did you put the invisible toolbox on this truck? It's a good point, actually. I don't know. I was just literally thinking myself. Oh, I'm sure I put a roof rack thing on this, but I forgot. Like you just mentioned the invisible version. Impossible to pack. Really? Is it though, game? I'd argue it's pretty impossible to hit a button and recover to a fucking garage, but you know, sometimes we make these allowances to have fun in games. Any last... oh yeah, invisible roof rack. Forgot about it like 2 seconds later. Oh, we might... yeah, Bartelba's invisible toolbox. Yeah, cheers, man. We do. I was going to say, I've got a... what is it over there? Oh, another Goliath. Oh, so that might have had another invisible toolbox on it. Right, let me drop that off. Right, and then go and get another 3. I've noticed that too. Someone is listening. Yeah, definitely. Fuck Joe Biden, exactly. Probably him. Save game. These stupid, unkillable trees. It was black hoodie written diesel power and a Zix, which was cool though. Yeah, that's pretty cool. At least it was on point. Ooh. And then shortcut way. It'd be rude not to in this truck. I've seen as well someone saying in the comments about maybe doing a oh, thought that would be killable. He's on the list. We'll see. I'll try it later. It's probably not killable if I hit it as hard as I just did then and it didn't go. Yeah, doing a random live stream at some point on Grand Theft Auto 5. And I loaded it up earlier just to get it like updated and everything. And yeah, when I was driving on that, the steering is so much different to this game. The amount of steering input you have to put in this game versus like on Grand Theft Auto is the tiniest little touch. And yeah, stuff actually steered. It's pretty nice. But yeah, I was only having a look. I knew like I'd have to click on it to get it updated. I've already completed everything though, because I know I had what was it, like 2,147,000,000 or whatever the limit is. So I've already completed everything on it. I suppose actually on Grand Theft Auto you can replay missions, can't you? Which again, hint hint, SnowRunner. Adding that ability to this game would be pretty nice. Steve Entries, has any modders asked you to review their trucks on YouTube? I don't think so specifically. I've spoke to a few modders that have done their vehicles, like Fox and that. He pops in quite a lot. Yeah, he's cool, and well, yeah. To be honest, it's almost the other way around. It's like I want to review their mods. Well, as long as they are like good mods, which yeah, there's plenty on there. No, to the best of my knowledge, I don't think I've ever been asked to like specifically review a vehicle by a modder. The daylight goes too quick. Never my choice. Fuck you out, man. I think, yeah, it was around a little while ago, not like tonight, but I mean, I think what quite a lot of people are doing is like the Phase 6 comes out, they've probably smashed through most of that. I assume Fox has got to fiddle around with his mods a little bit maybe. And then, yeah, he's possibly having a bit of a break. And then there'll be Phase 7. Yeah, I'm not sure if you've got any more mods planned, but the ones that we've got are pretty damn good. There's a swamp. Quite like going this way. Again, when a game's actually like reasonably fair with the terrain to where it just doesn't feel over the top, then preferably I'd like to go the more awkward looking ways. I'd rather drive through this swamp than down a road on this game, but if the swamp was going to make me go like 0.1 mile an hour the entire way, then I'll soon get bored of that. I'd rather take the road in that case. But as you can see, it's pretty reasonable. And again, this is the Goliath, so it's probably, it's obviously doing a bit better, but yeah, it's pretty good. Let's see, oh yeah, 1 out of 4. I just thought for a second that it said none out of 4. I was like, oh no, something has gone wrong, but we're good. It'd be nice still. They'd make the writing a little bit bigger. Just a little bit. To be honest, I should have turned the other way. So I ended up nearly like on the side of the yard where I can actually get the cargo. It made more sense. At least reversing these trailers isn't a complete horrific nightmare. Blocked. This game just finds reasons to be awkward for no reason. Fox has been making mods since it's been out, basically. I remember wanting his trailer mod before we had mods on console. Yeah, again, I was talking to him. He used to be called Captain America on YouTube. Anyway, I think it was always called Fox. Is it Fox CRF 450 Rider? Yeah, and he used to tell me back in the day about, like, he said he'd built some mods, and obviously I was saying to him, like, yeah, when we eventually get them for console, I'll look forward to trying them out. But I didn't know it was the same dude way back then. But yeah, no, he was cool. He was also just explaining, like, sort of the basics of when I was talking about coding and that, and my lack of knowledge. He was sort of saying about what you can and can't do when you are modding vehicles and that, so yeah, no, it's cool. And as soon as we got mods, yeah, his mods were certainly among the first I got. I got kind of a bunch of them the first couple of days. There was like the Heavy Wrecker was definitely one. I think it was like the P16 and the Tatrin from JBE, and then yeah, from Fox. I'm sure it was the Twice Twin Steer. I think I've had the Iceberg for. I think he released that sort of quite a while back. I've had that the entire time as well. Ulka Rain, hi sir, how's it going? Good to have you joining us. Yeah, shit, am I even going the right way? Close enough. The 6-slot flatbed mod installed, so useful. Yeah, that would be incredibly handy. I wish they'd add that to the game, to be honest. And I think the reason they won't is because they know full well that will kind of undercut the position of the ramped flatbed when you have, like, you can have a sideboard and then tow that behind you. Especially this trailer, the fact that that step deck bit is, like, perfectly sized for one more piece of cargo. You think they'd be happy with that just because it'd make it awkward to where you still wouldn't be able to have 3 pieces of 2-slot cargo. I think that level of awkwardness would they'd enjoy that. But no, 5 slots it is. That's what she said. I certainly recommend carrying cargo on the roof of any vehicle, not just mods. Saved me so much time. I've actually added it up over the last almost 2 years. Yeah, do you know what, it was a good job I did miss that tree, because I believe it was an invincible one. Some of them look pretty similar, like those size trees. Yeah, carrying cargo on the roof. It's just a win-win. It's bouncing around a bit. To be fair, I put it a bit far back, so I've not really been able to prop the crane arm down onto it. It should hang in there, but you never know. It wouldn't surprise me if it tries jumping up. Shit, I swear that rock. It was my fault the first time I let off the ropes for a bit too long, and I think I stuck the handbrake on if I remember correctly. Into that bloody high gear. What do you mean it's a loaf shelf? All my step decks. You know, that's gonna have one. That is true. I did feel a bit. I was stabbing him in the back when I said it. It will always be the little loaf shelf. It's perfect for it. To be honest, that's one of the reasons this trailer became my favourite trailer. I still do like it a hell of a lot, but the sideboard semi-trailer, just the bog standard blue sideboard semi-trailer, is pretty handy. It's still pretty compact and all the rest of it. It's got the sideboard, so if you tip it holds the cargo in. But yeah, this step deck with its little loaf shelf is I do like it. Let's just try this time going straight forward. I remember, I'm sure there was like a little ramp, not like on purpose, but I'm sort of going to have to jump off near where the gateway is. Maybe that's what that dude was on about earlier with bringing the bridge layer mod. Didn't do it, cargo. You toss it. You just had to. So I'll put it a bit further forward. That's completely terrible, but I'll do. Actually pinch the crane down on it a bit more. Loaf. See again though, with the loaf just in the background, I wouldn't have been able to do this mission, I don't think. I didn't have the little horse. Not as easily anyway. Say this Goliath does plough through the snow pretty nicely. It's one of them again where it seemed it's not slow on the mud, but by comparison on the snow it's absolutely eating it for breakfast. Which yeah, that new Taiga was a bit like that. It was a little bit iffy on certain parts of the mud, but yeah, the snow. I really do like that new Taiga for the snow. And again, it doesn't even feel OP at all, it's just it goes nicely. God damn it. There's another one in the bag. Just travel through to there. Oh, I'm definitely gonna have to call it eggs. Me head. So what we got done? We've got the garage built, got the sawmill built, got a gateway unlocked. What was the other? There was another mission. I can't remember. It might have been sort of inconsequential. I've got quite a few things done. I want to get some of those bigger missions done on the like the third lot of contracts, which is what I was supposed to be doing this week. Headache rub. I need something. Again, after a while, I just need to like hold the headset off my head. I'll drive back to the garage though, and then yeah, we'll call it a day. Still, it's handy getting this gateway open. I quite like the route back as well. Yeah, across there, and then just kind of rally mode. Oh yeah, we've got a bridge layer mod. Happy days. Which is your favourite map so far from all those seasons? Favourite map? I do like Black River a lot. I've always really liked that map. That's definitely got to be pretty up there, like. That was what she said. I quite like White Valley as well. That's pretty cool. The Wisconsin maps, like I said, I do quite like them. Even these maps, this map, Lowland, I'd say this has got to be like probably easy top 5. I do quite like this. If they had somewhere that was a bit more like sort of, yeah, climbing up a awkward path and like a bit of cliff edge and all that, it'd be nice. But yeah, apart from that, just the views and everything driving around, it's pretty cool. But yeah, Black River has just always had a nice blend of like, there's hard air sections on Black River that could sort of not, yeah, throw a bit of a challenge for like some of the better vehicles in the game, but then you've sort of got the options. You've got like the roads running around the edges, sort of semi-difficult mud tracks going all around, cutting across, or you can just kind of go all out and freestyle and cut across rivers. A bit like I'm doing now, to be honest, and it's sort of just, yeah, the fact that it's not punishing the crap out of you, it just makes like inventing different routes sort of quite easy and normal and enjoyable. That's the problem with stuff like Amandra, was the snow made it so slow everywhere that, yeah, trying to invent like a new route just to mix things up a bit, you just regret it very soon afterwards from severe slowness. Have a good morning. Hope to see some videos this week. Yeah, true, I'd like to get to some. I wasn't even planning on like, I was going to skip a day or two like just to pace out the videos, but yeah, I wasn't planning on not doing any videos. Like I said yesterday, I was pretty much finished editing when my brother come round. But yeah, I'll try and get back to normal. Get back to that. How about Roadrunner doing cargo container time mission on Drowned Lands? That's true. Could certainly could look into that. Yeah, I probably will do that, because to be honest, I need to do a review as well for the Roadrunner. I've not been able to turn the thing on for weeks and weeks, so I said I was going to review it like a little while ago, but then I couldn't get on it. It was doing that thing where I had to log out and log in. So yeah, now I can actually get mods back on. I'd like to do a review on that Roadrunner, so when I do that I could take it to the Drowned Lands and just try the cargo container thingy out. Like some time is life. Beating the ground up. Pretty handy having this bridge here. It was good cutting through there, but it's definitely a little bit narrow. It'd be nice if there was like an XL version. do it like... Made it. Give that bridge an earthquake test. It's health and safety life approved. You can win. Have a ramming competition. Okay. Titanium probably won that. Done. Cover that. Gotta get a Lambo green life. Pretty healthy engine. It's good to know. I've actually managed to kill everything. That's actually impressive in its own right. What was the mission called when you did that? Was it work horse? Why does that ring a bell? Probably because it's a goddamn horse. Repair. Oh no, we've got one wheel left. Apparently. His rear right. He's still going. In fact, just out of curiosity then. How much can he fix himself? So he's obviously got enough wheels. Gas tank, engine, and then I suppose... Yeah. See, like now, I've got 110 points left. It'd be nice to split 55 to each one, but I'm going to have to fix the gearbox for 100, so then that leaves 10 for the suspension. Oh yeah, I already used the roof rack, haven't I? Oh well, I'm recovering to the garage eye. Well, there you go though. So you can fix... Oh no, not refuel. How many repair points was left? 170. See, the suspension, I'd like to just give 10 to each time, because now if I smashed it, I'm only going to lose 10 points instead of like 180. But yeah. Oh shit, recover I meant. Done. Rebel Wide Choice, how about thinking of getting on Discord? To be honest, yeah, I'm not going to say like, yes, I'm getting it right now, but I'll have to look into it, because I literally, I don't really know what it is, what I'm doing, how to get it, what I need to do, all sorts, but I'll kind of add it on the list of things that I need to at least look into, so I have a clue what's going on. Rebel Wide Choice, my number is 6038. Is that on Discord then? See, that literally means nothing to me. I didn't even know there was numbers. Well, I assume you're still talking about Discord. Sivan Trees, Broken Goat Loaf. He's a goddamn professional. He always is. Everyone, you need to get yourself a loaf, because as you see, you just take him with you. Worst case, he's bouncing around at the back. He might be taking some damage, but if you need him, we've already got the roof rack. Preferably put him on the the step deck or the roof. But other than that, it's just handy. He's always there. He saved that trailer. He got the trailer unwedged from the tree. All sorts of stuff. And now I've got more colours. I'm tempted, actually. I might even put that the colour mod thing. In fact, you know, I'll quit to the menu just to... I'll show you what that mod was called, because it'll be there. And then, yeah, we'll call it a day. Discord is just a chat room. Right. Yeah, like I say, I'll have to see what it's all about, because I've heard about it enough times, but yeah, I've never ever been on it, never seen it that I can remember or anything. Mod browser. Mark Rose, SnowRunner Discord is pretty good, so they got like their own ones set up. I was gonna say, yeah, I think the menu's froze. Where is it? Typical. It's going to be page 2 in it. Got to be smart and go backwards through the pages. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Additional paint jobs for vanilla trucks, and it's just like you can see the lineup of trucks as the picture. But yeah, pretty cool. Like, well, 2.4 megabytes. That's sod all. I did delete something earlier just before I logged on, so I've got just under like a gig now of free memory. But yeah, still, if you like the actual mods, a lot of them, like that DCB 900 truck or whatever it's called, I couldn't even download that. Like, I don't even have enough memory left just to get that one mod alone. Yeah, like I say, I'll call it a day there though. But I appreciate everyone popping in. Yeah, I should be back to normal doing the videos. Like I said, it was just one of them weeks that turned into like every day was my brother popping around or something going on. Yeah, I've already got a video kind of halfway done, so I'll get that sorted at some point. Don't quote me, but even if you accidentally lose or delete that colour mod, mine seems to stay painted and doesn't delete the truck. That's pretty cool. I'll have to. I'll test that out. Like, cheers for letting us know. I'll give it a go and see. I can turn it off and then load back up and see if my loaf is still Lambo green. Roll by choice. Thanks. No worries, dude. Just a Lynch. Good night, Wolf. Yeah, I appreciate everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day, night, whatever time it is where you are. What time is it? I fucking see again the phone. Low power mode. Fucking chargers come off, even though it's just sat here completely still. It's like, that's why it's driving me mad. That's why I can't like reply to anyone. I like to fiddle around on my phone and watch videos and all sorts. I've not even been able to do that because it keeps dying. Yeah, anyway, I'll spare that. I'll spare that for another time. Mark Ray, thanks for the stream. I appreciate it, dude. Yeah, I'll hit the button, but enjoy the rest of your night or day, whatever it is you're up to. And yeah, thanks for popping in, and I'll be back soon. Oh yeah, and get yourself a loaf, of course.